And we're live, I guess.
I'm gonna have to make an intro for you, Trench.
Oh, that'd be
Oh,
dope. Make an intro for him. Yeah, like a
Yeah,
nice
make
little.
a like a little lo-fi VCR filter in there.
Yes.
Have it
I
Yeah.
all.
don't know how I could put that in front of a stream, though. I'll put that in front of videos,
Yeah,
though. That'd
it's
be
real
cool.
easy to do on StreamYard. You just upload it to your StreamYard and you just click it. As soon as you go live, you click it and it plays the video.
Don't you have to pay for that, though?
No, not for the video, I
Oh.
think.
Hey, Miss Carter, how you doing?
Hello.
Welcome to whatever this is.
What does LTD stand for?
Limited. Limited.
Limited?
Limited. Yeah. LTD is limited. Yep.
Links in the chat. Everybody's welcome.
I
Whoever
guess
wants
that's
to
better
join.
than him trying to go for LLC or something like that. I would have thought he would have been bogus enough to do something like that. Put LLC behind all that.
Oh, I see what you're talking about now. I thought you were still on about like doing Trench or fucking dropping an intro for him when he begins his stuff, bro. Actually, that's a good idea, Trench, for what we were talking about earlier. But we're not gonna, nothing's solidified. So like, but that would be a
Yeah,
good idea for something like that too. You know what I mean? Just saying that.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I can find you something really cool. Or I can make you something pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, you've seen some of the intros I've made, right?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, hey, Mac. Originally, it was going to be LSD, but I didn't really think that would be appropriate.
What would LSD stand for?
Lysergic something. It's acid. LSD.
Yeah,
I forgot the.
Surgic, yeah, something like that.
And besides, obviously, Junebug Studios Limited, after George Lucas, Lucasfilm Limited. So
It's not Lucasfilm Limited no more, is it though?
well,
It's
Disney.
like Lucas Arts, I think.
Yeah.
Lucas Arts is the video game company. I think Disney did keep it Lucas Studio Limited.
Oh, Miss Carter, you can't do it on your phone. Your phone battery will blaze. It'll fucking blow up in your pocket type of shit. Or on the my phone, because any app like a StreamYard or something like that is open for it pulls so much energy from. It's best to go on like a tablet or a fucking desktop or whatever. Fucking phones on this shit. Forget about it.
This dude had to put it in a freezer.
What happened to your last account?
Me?
Yeah.
Google sign-in issues and phone broken.
How do you break your phone?
Well, it's not broken. We were scheduled for an upgrade, and they were messing with us early to get us to do the upgrade, and
Yep.
and then as I was trying to sign into my account, it was saying that my password was wrong. When I know my password, and so it was.
It's always kind of wise to, if you have more than one account. I have like on this shit, I think for the different channels I got 4, and there's no way I'm always gonna remember which one goes to which. So like maybe have it written down somewhere or whatever. Like it's helpful. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. Well,
out of eyes reach.
the Junebug films will come back, so it's not like, and I don't know what the Junebug Studios Limited one will even be. I mean, this might even just be a temporary thing, I mean, I don't know.
Right.
It just.
Well, I am interested in your 500 movie list. I'm not gonna lie. I am curious about what you will put on there, especially since you're covering like 500 movies. That's like a crazy list.
Yeah, that I am still working on that. So a lot of movies I'm actually rewatching that I haven't seen since I was a child that I like
Mm-hmm.
to see if they still hold up,
Mm.
and stuff like that. Because you know, uh, some movies you watch as a child, like, oh, this is so great. You're like, man, this sucks as an adult.
Yeah. I still love a lot of the movies from as a kid, maybe nostalgia and stuff, but there are some movies that I was like, why, like Mortal Kombat Annihilation I liked as a kid, and then I'm like, why did I even enjoy this? And you're good, Miss Carter, we get that.
Yeah. So let's see. Like one of them I watched recently
What's
that
up,
I liked
Ben?
as a kid was I don't know if anybody remembers this except for me, the Amazing Panda Adventure.
I
Mm,
think I've heard of it. Hey Ben, that's with the little kid and the panda, right?
Well, yeah, it's one of those, you know, '90s sort of Free Willy style ripoff movies. You know, a boy becomes friends with some sort of animal.
like live
Yeah.
action or cartoon?
Yeah, it's live action. It was actually, it was, I enjoyed it. I don't know if it, I mean, it will probably be on top 500, but
Meteor Man.
I was watch, and I was watching a lot of the Don Bluth movies because I haven't seen those since I was a kid.
Oh, like the one. What's the fucking one with the rooster? Like he's supposed to be Elvis and shit.
Oh my
Rockadoodle,
god.
Rockadoodle.
Rockadoodle. Yeah.
Yeah, that that is that is on there because I do like Rockadoodle. So
Actually, Rockadoodle was fun, bro. I can't lie. It was fun.
well, I did hear this originally. I guess he wanted too much money. I guess originally they asked Johnny Cash to play the rooster before
Oh shit.
Before Glenn Campbell, but Johnny
Yeah.
said Johnny wanted too much money.
Mm.
I've never seen either, Ben. I haven't seen Meteor Man or Blink Man. I know they're like superhero comedies, but I've never seen them.
Yeah,
Better.
they're funny, bro.
They're,
It is straight up like comedies and shit. They're both funny, man. I've seen them both.
and they're better than Black Panther.
I don't know about that, but yeah. Because Black Panther is not a comedy though. It's supposed to be a serious film. Like Blank Man and Meteor Man are both, you know, action superhero type comedies. Like what was that other one?
It was kind of it was
Mystery Men. It's like Mystery Men before Mystery Men, bro.
I was kind of trying to be sarcastic, so.
No, I know. But, yeah,
Hey,
no
Grande, how you doing?
What up, Grande?
Hey, Grande. But
yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get the reply to you in the chat earlier, but yeah, whenever you want to do that thing, I'm down because my mic seems to be having as less static as it was in the last few months and shit.
So, I did hear this. Apparently, Don Bluth is working on a Dragon Slayer, the movie,
The live action?
animated, hand drawn.
Oh wow.
The only thing is, I don't like. You know, I get it. They're trying to go for a star to play Dirk, but I just can't see him. They apparently they casted Ryan Reynolds.
What Trench? What were we talking about earlier? Where Chris Pratt is getting put into everything, and then it's either Chris Pratt, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. If it's a buddy movie, it's gonna be The Rock and fucking and Homeboy and shit.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think Sean William Scott would be a.
Nah. I don't know, bro.
Well,
for the voice, maybe.
June, you kind of sound like you're talking in a fish tank right now. I don't know what it is. I don't know if something's wrong with your phone or something. It sounded.
Um,
It's coming out. I don't know if y'all hear that or.
yeah, it's a little crackly.
I farted.
Oh.
Yay. Pudding.
So
Yeah, I get that, Ben. I think that is the wrong superhero movie to be nominated for an Oscar. I mean, I like the movie, but I do think it is a little over than it was, you know.
it's an extremely overrated movie. It's basically just, the Moses story, brother versus brother in some way. But in my
I
opinion,
mean, I think it's good. I think it's a good movie. It's just I think there are a lot of superhero movies that were more deserving of the Oscar nomination.
The Wolverine one, the one where the
Logan
black
or
and white version of it too.
Logan, right? Or
Yeah, Logan. Yep. I'll say
Logan.
that.
I'd say Spider-Man 2, Watchmen, like hell, like there's a lot of like superhero movies, even Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I'd even
I
put
think the Batman should be nominated. If I could give the Batman 2022 a nomination.
It'll probably
I
get
still
something.
haven't
Bro.
seen that.
it'll probably get at least nominated for I'm assuming probably best score because the score is really good. I mean maybe best director I could see.
You know
One
what's good about
second.
that Batman movie for me is because I can see how that Batman movie can relate to the newest Joker movie. How those universes can, even though they don't take place in the same time period. I feel
Oh.
like the vibe and the atmosphere is still there where those can relate to each other. That
I
Batman,
actually did make a few comparisons between those two movies.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I just think it. I did enjoy it. I just think it was a little. There was some weird stuff, weird casting choices that I'm still just not for.
Yeah, I didn't like who they. I don't like who they picked for the Riddler. Sorry.
Yeah, that was my biggest gripe, honestly, is Paul Dano. Like I felt like they could have done something there, but I didn't like his outfit and I didn't like the little tantrum that he threw at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought Jim Carrey, bro, like he didn't hold it down like Jim Carrey did, like not even close.
No, I did not even really like Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
I didn't mind him as the Penguin, honestly.
Well, that's
the fat dude. Like you didn't even know it was Colin Farrell because of all the makeup. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't really that Penguin either, man. I know what they were trying to go for, but
that's not the Penguin. That's not the Penguin. The Penguin is supposed to be short.
Yeah.
Actually, it is the Penguin because for the comics right now, that is the most accurate Penguin for the comics right now. He didn't start out that way as a crime boss, but over the years, he more became a crime boss because of the success of characters like Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. They're trying to appeal to the New 52 audience, but
no, that wasn't just with the New 52. He became a crime boss like in the 90s.
Yeah, he became mayor, became a crime boss. Yeah.
I guess I'm just not a fan of. I mean,
maybe you don't like Penguin as a villain in the movies. Is that it?
I like Danny DeVito and Burgess Meredith, Penguin. But I just
they definitely sold the campy part of the Penguin and shit. Both of them did, and Danny DeVito was pretty. There was a few points in that fucking second film that he was like menacing and shit, dude. Like a bit, like he was. If you're a little kid watching that shit, it was where he bites the fucking shit and the dude's nose. So there were a couple things in that were like a bit menacing with the Penguin and shit. And just the overall look was kind of fucking creepy too, dude.
But I guess.
Grande, hey Grande.
I did like the interpretation in. I mean, I did like the show, the Batman. I remember liking that Penguin, not the animated series, but the one that came out after that.
Oh yeah, Tom Kenny's Penguin. I like Tom Kenny's Penguin. My
but
favorite's Robin Taylor Lord, but I like Tom Kenny.
But I just think I mean my choice to play the Penguin was Peter Dinklage.
No,
What?
no.
I get where you're going for, but I think he's a little too short.
Well, I think the deep voice could work, and you know, yeah, he is short, but and I did not like Andy Serkis as Alfred. So,
Oh, okay. I got you.
because
Mac, can I get your opinion on this? Because you're really big into music. Would you agree with Grande on this? And hey, Ian.
What's up, Ian?
Oh yeah, in the Batman film they used Nirvana, Something in the Way, kind of as the score as well. And like I said, it hits different for me knowing that Kurt Cobain was a big Batman fan himself, you know, so he would have been pretty honored that his song was in the movie, I think.
Yeah, he might. If he would have been alive, he might have even like redone a song for it, or what? If he was that big of a fan and shit. You know
Oh
what I mean?
hell yeah!
if he was still doing music,
True.
because I've heard rumors that Dave Grohl said that after this last tour, Nirvana might have broken up, and Kurt Cobain might have never done music because he was just
Well, Dave Grohl's a piece of fucking shit anyway, so he is. He's a big piece of shit. So, fucking yeah. We know who had all the fucking talent in that group. So, yeah.
I like what he did with. I like what Dave Grohl did with when in Kansas where the Westboro Baptist Church was playing. They were protesting and all this stuff, and he sits there and he plays guitar with his middle finger. So I thought that was pretty cool of him. But
What?
nothing. But like I thought, like
Protesting and just playing with the middle finger. What's that have to do with playing guitar? What? I don't know. I don't get it.
You have to know in contents of what we're what.
Well, you didn't give us context. You just said church protesting guitar.
On your own time, look up the Westboro Baptist Church, and then look what Dave Grohl did. He played guitar with his middle finger to protest them because they were protesting his concert.
Mm-hmm.
But I just did not like. I mean, I just thought there was a lot of miscasting in it. You know, I mean, I overall thought it was okay, but like when I was hearing reviews where they were saying it's the Godfather of Batman movies, like you're already overrated. You know.
I think what's a better Batman movie though? A live action, name me a better live action Batman movie.
I still like 89.
Ew, disgusting. Get that shit out of here. That ain't Batman. That's Murder Man. Get that shit out of here. Get that disgusting, nasty thing in the trash where it belongs. Now, if we're gonna talk Batman here, all right. So, The Dark Knight was good for Batman, but it wasn't completely accurate. I feel like the new Batman, for what I've seen, and I haven't seen the full movie yet, but like I've seen enough clips and enough like promotional stuff and like figurines and stuff to get the idea of this Batman. He does seem the most accurate, even though he is more of a year one. He is more accurate though, with his whole thing.
I won't even go live action for Batman. I'll go like with one of the animated fucking shit for like most accurate and everything.
Mask of the Phantasm. That is the most accurate movie because it's based off the animated series, which is, the best.
But I like 89, but mostly I like 89 because it's not the first Batman I ever seen on screen because I grew up with reruns of the old 60s shit when I was a kid, probably They were rerunning it in maybe the late 70s, early 80s, and then throughout. But I mean, the 89 one is like, oh shit, like it's mostly nostalgia. And you know, they were trying to, like everything else, they were selling kids on all the merch and shit, like Batman shirt. Every kid had a fucking Batman symbol shirt. Every kid was going to McDonald's getting the fucking toys. You know, 89, I'm like 16 years old. I was 16 in 89. So it was like, all right, this is cool for me, but it wasn't I love it because of nostalgia, but not because it's the best depiction of Batman. It's Tim Burton's best depiction of Batman, but it's probably not the best depiction of Batman. Like you said, I think
it's not a depiction of Batman at all.
The animated shit captures it.
I do love the universe for the '89 Batman and the music and the.
Yeah.
He said Batman.
Hey! I mean, I even like the.
It's more Murder Man than Batman because, like, I don't.
I agree with June on the Penguin in this latest one because you could have told me that fucking dude was anybody else other than Penguin. You could have said that homeboy was playing Sal Maroni or what, and I would have believed it because like there was nothing really indicating other than them telling you that he was the Penguin because he didn't look really like the Penguin. He didn't really act like the fucking Penguin. So yeah.
I mean, at least okay. At least if, like make him have like the the cigarette or something, you know. But I know the only reason they can't do that now is because if you smoke in a movie now, your movie's automatically rated R. but yet you
wait,
can
what?
kill people. If you smoke in a movie now, it's automatically rated R.
Really?
Are you being serious right now? Like, are you?
Yeah.
I think he might be smoking something.
No.
I swear, I've seen some PG-13 movies where they're smoking. Like, I don't. This is weird to me.
This is a new thing. Tom Hanks, when he played Walt Disney in that Mr. Banks movie, they wanted to show him smoking because Walt Disney smoked, and they couldn't physically show him holding a cigarette, so they kind of had to hint at it. But Tom Hanks, look it up. He did an interview for one of the talk shows. I don't remember who it was, where he said that if you smoke in a movie now, it's automatically rated R. But that's just baffling to me because yet, okay, you could shoot and kill people with guns, but then you can.
It is funny.
Then if you smoke, it's rated R. But which I don't know. I mean, dying of. I guess I get it. I mean, dying of cancer is probably a lot more painful than just going bang, you're dead. But I mean,
it's weird. It's weird how
that's come a long way.
Yeah, it's weird how the movie the rating system has gone through its changes throughout the years. Because I remember, like when I was a kid, bro, like in the 80s, there were PG movies with titties, like literally.
Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, and then you got fucking Swamp Thing.
Well, PG. Barry Lyndon's PG, and there's tits in that movie.
Yep. Yeah, so the rating system has gone through different inceptions throughout the whole fucking thing.
Look at it this way. John, you probably remember. I mean, maybe you do a little bit. You probably remember when PG-13 really became a thing. You know.
Yeah, I do.
Because you know, Steven Spielberg had to protest to the MPAA that, you know, hey, why don't we have something in between R and PG? Because, you know, like these aren't bad, but you know.
It's funny how you sit, how they get these people when you sit at like a fucking table or something. You're like, well, what do you think goes through the mind of a 13-year-old? Could they watch this and be okay? Or you know, it's like it's really weird how they do the whole rating system shit. Anyway, man.
Exactly, but look at it this way. I mean,
the rating system doesn't matter that much, to be honest. I can tell you this from experience, even from modern day. Most kids, we don't care about the rating system, and to be honest, most parents I've known don't either.
Well, yeah, and a lot of that has to do with the internet because like even if say like they were telling you like who knows like 10 years ago, car like no, you can't watch this. It's rated this, and you're like you're gonna fucking find it on the internet anyway, which what most kids will do because the parents aren't fucking not helicoptering around kids like they were in the fucking 80s and 90s. Like, what are you watching? What is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like now it's just like a kid can go behind closed doors and fucking be watching whatever on the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
See, I have
Well,
issues.
I think we've all snuck stuff though. I think we've all like snuck movies we weren't supposed to watch. We've all done it.
bro,
It,
you're
yeah,
talking to somebody whose grandmother took them to see The Exorcist at 5, The Warriors at 6, and I was seeing Titties Pam Grier when I was around 7, 8, 9 up on the big screen. So my grandmother was taking me to see these fucking movies, dude.
There was things I wasn't allowed to watch, but it wasn't because of ratings. It
Why?
was for entirely different reasons.
For what then?
Oh, I get what you're talking about.
Homophobic
I lived with a
reasons.
person kind of like that.
But
Yeah,
your parents,
I know
your
I wasn't
parents-
allowed to watch. I wasn't allowed to watch like a lot of horror movies for some reason, and we weren't allowed to watch Teletubbies either.
Well, no, I was allowed to watch horror movies. I wasn't allowed to watch like any. Well, how my parents put it was any girl shows. I wasn't allowed to watch any of those.
Why Teletubbies? I need to know this shit. Why Teletubbies though?
My grandma just didn't like it. She just anytime it was on, she was just like turn it off. I don't want y'all watching that show. And I don't know. So that's a
That's
big
weird.
show.
I mean, I don't know. Everybody got their reasons for like whatever censorship.
But see, I
Why-
watched a lot of violent stuff. Like I'd watch violent action, even stuff with sex and nudity. But for some reason, like we couldn't watch anything like Michael Myers. Like we could watch Freddy Krueger for some reason, but if we were watching like Halloween or something too like a murdery, I guess, like my grandma just didn't like that kind of stuff. So that's why a lot of the horror movies I watched like 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
I mean, I was able to watch quite a bit when I was a kid because my dad was okay with it. But like obviously certain things I couldn't watch. Like he was never okay with. My dad was really like never like okay with like extreme amount of nudity. Violence he was okay with, but like the biggest example I remember is Turner Classic Movies. They were showing Barbarella.
Yep.
And of course, it's one of those like of course moments. Of course, this has to happen. My
Is
dad
was Barbarella PG or was it R?
It was R.
Okay.
Is that the one with Jane Fonda in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The space one.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things. Of course, it has to happen. You know, the scene where she's floating in space and she gets naked. My dad has to walk in at that moment. You know.
Right.
And so I got in trouble for watching that. What was some of the like? But my dad had a very
My
weird,
parents had weird rules about it. Oh,
well,
my bad,
dad did
June.
too. My dad did too. Like, I could watch a lot of the James Bond movies, but then there were certain ones that I couldn't watch.
Octopussy.
I think License to Kill was one of them.
Wait, is that the one with the remote control car?
Yeah, with Robert Davi.
Yeah,
So just
I like
some
that
of them.
one.
But yeah, I saw Tommy Boy at like 3 years old and loved Chris Farley and all this stuff, and I was able to see all of Tommy Boy too. So
that one was there was nothing really big in that one though, right?
well, you get to see the boobs and the butt of the one girl, but
I mean,
but the
Wait.
biggest thing my dad was really concerned
Hey,
with.
Nate.
what up, Nate?
What's up, guys? How's
Hey.
it going?
Oh shit, it's your boy.
The
This
biggest
your
thing
boy.
my dad was concerned with was violent video games, and I kind of think he did fall for the stupid thing of violent video games influence kids and all this stuff.
Mine didn't give a fuck about that. Like my mom was weird. She let us watch horror, but she didn't want me watching wrestling. But that kind of changed. And then I lived with another person who was like, we could watch State Property. We could watch Pineapple Express. We could watch all this crazy shit, but he didn't want us watching Watchmen for a specific reason I will not go into, but it was really stupid.
Why? Because you saw the dude's dick? Like, big deal.
No, I don't want to go into stupid.
My grandma would like watch Children of the Corn and Pet Sematary. Like there were some horror movies like she would watch with us, but then like Freddy versus. I remember we were watching Freddy versus Jason, and she was just like, "Oh, she didn't." I mean, she thought that was like, like I don't know.
Trinity, I think I know what you're talking about with the whole Watchmen thing.
Yeah, you probably do. It was fucking dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
It was dumb as fuck.
Yeah, that's how people are.
Well,
I don't live with that person anymore.
I mean,
My dad was actually mad that I pretty much made him take me to go see that in theaters. What, Watchmen? Yeah, because I read the graphic novel at the time and shit, and I was actually like, really hyped up for it. And yeah, my dad hated fucking Dr. Manhattan, dude. By the end of that movie, he was just like, that's all he was ranting about.
Let's see. One of the ones that I remember, I was not. My dad got very. My dad was like, was not happy that I watched it. Because my dad would work late at night. He worked an extra job to support us kids, and so I was home alone for quite a bit. So obviously, when you're home alone, let's sneak a movie you're not allowed to watch. In Dad's drawer of his movies, and the movie that he got really freaked out that I watched was Freeway.
Oh, that's a fucking good fucking movie, dude.
I liked
Freeway's good.
Yeah, I liked
Freeway. But my dad was like, did not want me watching it, so he was talking to me that like.
I guess it is pretty heavy subject material and shit.
Well, and it was my own stupidity because I forgot to put it back in its spot.
Wait, Mac, have you seen it?
Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland, Reese Witherspoon. Yeah, I really like Freeway.
And I got
me too.
As a teenage boy, I was disappointed in it, but I liked the movie.
Have you ever seen the fuck is it? The one with Christy.
Wait, is that Reese Witherspoon in that movie?
Yeah.
All right.
The one about. Have you ever seen the one? I think what's it called? It's called like Hellbound or some shit, and not Hellraiser. It's the one with Christy Swanson and where they're traveling. What the fuck is the name of it? I can't remember, man. Something with it's like a more of a like a
Highway to Hell or something.
Highway to Hell, yo, that shit. Yeah. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Is that the one with the lady and her kid or her daughter?
No,
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen.
It's
me neither,
Carl. It's Rob Lowe's brother, Chad Lowe, Christy Swanson, fucking all the Stillers are in it. The entire family, the sister, Ben Stiller's got a small bit part. His father's got a small bit part. His mother's got a bit part in it. So all the Stillers are in it. Christy Swanson, Chad Lowe, and a few other people you might recognize and shit.
I want to say I saw that like on HBO back in the day. Probably.
You might have.
I remember being disappointed because AC/DC Highway to Hell did not play in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I get it, probably licensing issues, but like I was like, man, perfect opportunity.
Well, probably for the opening, Miss Carter.
Stephen King movie got away with it, so
Yeah, they got AC/DC to do the whole soundtrack.
Yep.
That was a deal and a half.
Yeah. Well,
Yes, they did.
see,
Yeah, but I'm guessing that might have been because of the opening, Miss Carter. I think that's why
so
they probably didn't want you seeing it.
so yeah, there was. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like my dad, his biggest thing was video, video games where you shoot people and that stuff like that. That was his biggest thing. So like, I never grew up with GoldenEye or you know any of the other games, where you get to do that stuff because I do think my dad kind of fell for that a little bit.
Another good movie where Kiefer Sutherland's like a bad guy and shit. A Phone Booth with him and Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Oh my
I've
god.
never seen it.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. If you hang
I
up,
like Phone Booth.
I will kill you.
Yeah. He's at a
Um,
payphone and he's like on the phone with this dude and he's like a sniper and shit. And
Well,
if he hangs up the
kind of funny. It's kind of funny watching that now, just considering that there's hardly any payphones anymore.
Yep.
Even though
Yeah, that might be it, Miss Carter. That might be it.
even
That-
though I
that's
actually
probably-
I actually argue that there should still be payphones. Now, hear me out. Like, what if you're in an emergency situation, and your phone died, and you need to use the phone or something,
That's
And
a fair point.
I mean, because I don't know. I'm not gonna some random stranger if they sit there and say, hey man, can I borrow your phone? I need to call.
I will hear me out on this though. Like, it probably costs some sort of money for someone to keep those phones there and like the upkeep and maintenance and all that. And
Maybe, well,
if somebody has a choice though to spend their money just to make a call or just to ask someone who just has a phone on them,
well,
or just go
I
to
don't
a
think-
store or
Well, I don't think majority of people are going to, really give you the phone. And plus, you could treat it like you could basically turn it into like a separate business. Like think about like a vending machine. Like if you have a vending machine, it's yours. You just have to sit there and maintain it and everything else. You could do the same thing.
But see, there's track phones and stuff. Yeah, someone would just be better off buying a track phone at that point,
What if the track phone's battery's dead?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm saying in an absolute emergency situation where you need to, call for help or something. And, we're talking.
Think about this though. Usually, if there's a payphone, most payphones are in a grand type of public space. There's not too many payphones. And now there are payphones that are kind of like, outside of like, city streets and shit. It might be one like near a fucking, a convenience store, like a little bit out that's closed down or it's shut down and the payphone was working. But other than that, I mean, most payphones, bro, are going to be in like pretty big populated places where like people are actively using them. So if you're really in dire need of help, bro, this is probably going to be somebody around.
yeah, that's what I'm
Obviously,
saying.
and-
Like a store, like a lot of times you can just go to a store and
I
use
remember
their phone.
I remember payphones inside stores, bro. I remember fucking back then like that shit, bro. Like in the store itself. or
They
outside.
have a payphone at the store up here because it's like really old and they didn't get rid of it. Nobody uses it though. Like it's still there, but nobody uses it because, to be honest, they're pointless now because everyone pretty much has a cell phone of their own.
Yeah,
Does
but
it
we're
even
saying-
work? Does it even work though? Has it like, you know what I mean? Because most of the landlines
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, most of them
Well,
aren't even.
I still think it would be a good idea for like it's just an extreme emergency situation, because I mean I don't know if somebody.
But I don't. Do you actually think someone could bring in a profit running that kind of business? I don't think they could.
I feel like
agree with Mac on this.
I feel like you're just trying to bring back something that's dead because it's from the
No.
past.
No, maybe not necessarily a profitable business, but like maybe an extra cash business for a.
But profit. That's what extra cash is profit. I mean, you can't.
I mean,
If you're not profiting, then you're suffering.
Nobody's really going to use a payphone, Ty. Nobody's going to really use it because They're pointless. They're out of date. Sometimes you just gotta let the past die.
Bro, the funny thing with that is I see fucking people that are on daily basis holding up signs at the corner of highways or corner streets and their corner stores like help me, blah blah blah. And motherfuckers will have, like Max said, one of them fucking little fucking
Track
government.
phones, yeah, a little cheap. A
It's
track
like-
phone is not hard to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give out phones. Well, they used to give out phones at a stand. They'll have you fill some out. I think it was the Obama phones. They don't do the
You
same.
can get a track phone for like
Usually right in front of the welfare offices and shit. They'll do that all the time. Around my
Yeah.
way, that's what they do, bro. So
They did it at the bus stop. They would have a little guy with a stand and be like, "Hey, get your phone and stuff. Get your whatever it was." It was one time. It wasn't even an Obama phone. It was some other type of phone.
Well,
It was
do you ever notice maybe like an old friend, maybe that's like in a bind or something, like they'll hit your number up, but it's always from a different phone number, and you're like, God damn, why do you keep changing your phone number? That's usually why, is because they're buying a bunch of track phones and they keep running out of minutes and shit.
burner phones and shit, bro.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's
I mean, I still think there could be a very small market for them. But you know, I mean, I get
Small
the
market,
Maybe-
more like
maybe in areas like where
microscopic.
Tara's talking about, like in like those far out, like where okay, well maybe there's a couple people here that don't have a fucking, means to have a fucking track phone or a cell phone. So we got this.
I live in the middle of nowhere, and everyone here has a phone.
Yeah,
I am in the middle
Well,
of nowhere,
how's the
and people
service?
have cell phones.
that's the only way I could see it working too, is if you're in the middle of nowhere and they got like one or two pay phones for like emergency. But
They have payphones here, but nobody uses them because everyone here has cell phones. They don't need them anymore.
How's the service out there?
Well, it all depends on where you're at.
Exactly. So, but what if you're in a situation? Okay, let's say maybe you have 0 bars, you can't charge your phone. We're saying an absolute emergency situation because some random.
What are they gonna do? Put a fucking payphone in the middle of the fucking woods?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
June, okay, let me ask you.
You're not
let me ask you
thinking
something,
things
June.
through. You're just like, this thing's old, so I want it back because I can't let go of my fucking past. Or not even your past.
I got a perfect fucking scenario for this. June, the next little horror thing that you should do is if you have a fucking payphone in your area, right? You film like it's you and then the cell phone's not working or some shit. Then use the payphone, but something fucked up happens, and then like shoot that like little thing if you can. If you got a payphone that because around my way there's no payphones anymore at all. Like
yeah, me neither. I haven't seen a payphone, bro, and
I see the gutted shit, but there's no phone in there.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a few of those, but yeah, there's no. Yeah, I haven't seen like the payphone itself.
I mean, I think there's one at a building, but like you're.
I'll take a photo of the one that is by the grocery store, the old grocery store. I'll take a photo of it. It might not now, but the last time I saw it, it had the cell phone. I didn't test to see if it worked, but I looked at it and it had the cell phone.
The ones that I have been like tested out to see if they've worked, I've never like. Yeah, none of them. Yeah, none of them work.
They don't work anymore, bro.
Yeah, because I've seen a few payphones and I've like even picked it up just to see if there's no signal or nothing.
Good night, Miss Carter.
Steph Frosty, thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
So,
but my thing.
Think about that, man. Do a little.
I should go up to the one that is where I am, and I should take a sledgehammer to it, and like make a video of it and say, "This is what happens when you."
It'd be your luck doing that car where a fucking idiot cop would drive by and like, "What the fuck you doing?" Like, why?
Well,
they don't work.
I would suggest you don't.
Well, there's only like one cop here, and I don't think he'd give a shit. To be honest,
I would suggest you don't do that though, because it is still destruction of property and against the law.
Yeah, the cop's totally gonna care. He cares so much. He cares so much. He sits at the Dollar General eating snacks.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, even in bigger cities and shit, that's what they do. So you know.
I mean, that's what they do.
This cop, I'm gonna tell y'all right here. This cop here does not give a crap about
Bro,
his job.
you know how many, like, in the city, bro? I live in the city. You know how many cops I rode by, probably like speeding, that been on there, just sitting in their car on their phone, like fucking around and shit. Like, so many, dude. So
If I was there smashing that payphone, number one, no one would give a shit because no one uses the damn thing, and it would make great content because then I could truly show my message of let the past die.
Yes, but it is still yes, but it is still destruction of property.
No one's gonna care is it truly illegal if no one's there to stop you?
no, because nobody knows.
But then if you upload it to your channel, you're just, like,
No one's gonna even I bet I could walk up to the cop and be like, knock on his window and be like, look at this video of me smashing that payphone. He probably would just laugh at it. He does not care.
If you do that, just be careful. But
yes,
you have earned a lot of respect from me if you do that. I'll just say that.
yes. If you actually did that,
If you actually do that,
I will sit there and still tell you, wow, congratulations. And if you actually did not get arrested,
yep,
I will be amazed, because you could catch that cop on a bad day.
yeah.
And if he sees you basically proving that you committed,
Cara, what if they didn't have his snacks that he loves?
They ran out of his fucking bear claws.
So
Right?
if you listen.
No, they have that shelf here because since we don't have a Walmart and all we have is the Dollar General, they basically turned that Dollar General into a Walmart, and they literally have this whole entire snack section, and that's where he goes. That's where I always see him, either there or in his car. That's usually where he is.
So you buy. So here's what you do. When you do that, you before you do that, you have to buy the cop a bunch of Twinkies or something, or his favorite snacks.
I wouldn't even have to buy it. But it would work the same way it would with you. All I'd have to do is hand a Twinkie, and then
I don't really
instructions. Just gotta hand over a sweet.
But I prefer Ho-Hos because I already have one.
Ho-Hos are good. I can't lie.
Ho-Hos are good. And Snowballs too.
No, I don't.
I don't eat any of that shit anymore.
Yeah. I gotta disagree on the Snowballs.
Zingers are pretty.
Last time I ate one of those, I was probably a fucking kid, dude.
Zingers are pretty good too.
Zingers are good.
And here's how I know I would not get in trouble, even if I did show the video, because number one, that dude don't give a shit, and two, nobody uses. I don't even think anyone owns the payphone because it never gets used ever. I've never seen someone mess around with that thing.
What building is it at?
It's there's this parking lot, and then there's the big old road, and then right there in between the grass between the highway and the parking lot, there's the payphone, and it's just there.
It's probably then I guess it would be considered city property, I would assume.
What do you mean?
The city ain't gonna give a shit.
City property, I would assume.
I think I've only seen one payphone near me.
Oh, you destroyed the payphone? Are you? They'll look at me. You destroyed the payphone that no one ever fucking uses? Well, good riddance to it. We wanted to put something new there, like an ATM.
I couldn't even tell it was a payphone because somebody like spray painted it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's my thing though. Let's say, I mean, a lot of times they're putting payphones in museums now. What if they were actually planning to put that payphone in a museum? What if they were planning to put that specific payphone in a museum and then you destroy it?
What do you mean?
Maybe an antique mall or something, not a museum. Come on.
No, in New York City they put just recently. They put the last payphone that they had in New York City into a museum.
Okay, maybe under that circumstance, but I'm just saying in any other circumstance, they'd probably go to an antique mall, something like that, for somebody that wanted to collect it, just in terms of that. But they're not going to put it in a museum, dude.
I don't.
It's like,
You don't
look,
even have a museum. What the hell are you talking about?
The city, hey, the city spends enough money on other crap that we don't need. I wouldn't be surprised if a city spent.
You don't even live where I live. How the hell do you know what they're spending shit on? Ty, you are just going
every
off
city, every
on a
city-
little rant, and it makes no sense because you don't even know my location or like where I'm. Like, you haven't lived here in this town, so you don't even know.
Every city is the same. We're spending money.
That's not
You know
what
what
you
I-
said
you
to
know-
me last time.
You know what I'll do? I will shit in a bucket and dump it all over that fucking payphone.
What the fuck?
Don't. Okay.
That's
You
that's
told
then
me
send
not
the
last
fucking
time we
video
had
to
this
you,
debate.
Ty, of me dumping this shit bucket right all over your fucking past loving fucking payphone.
that's called public defecation, and it's still a crime.
I wouldn't be doing it myself actually there. I would take the bucket and dump it on it.
It is still
Oh,
public defecation.
God.
It is still public defecation.
No one's gonna care. That's my point.
Um,
I could literally do. My point is,
That
I
is a-
could
I
do
didn't need that image
literally.
in my mind.
That is a
I
crime.
can literally do what my point is. I can do
What do you
whatever
mean?
the hell I want to that payphone, and no one's gonna give a fuck. You
What do you mean?
ginger beard.
Hey, right on target. How you doing? Welcome.
Oh shit, Quinn, bro, is in this.
Mm.
What up,
What do you
Quinn?
mean?
When we got ginger beard here, it's just like old times. It's just like Indian Jones Radio,
What do you
except
mean?
I'm clowning on him.
Niggas killing
But
me.
I do
Indiana
not
Jones
condone
Radio.
any of this.
I did not know he have a radio show.
You know what's
condone it,
it's
Trichy.
crazy
I
that
would
me and
watch it if you filmed it. I would watch it. I'm not gonna lie. I do not agree with it, but
me
I would
and
watch it.
me and Quinn
I
are the only two people that have made our own separate cuts for the Holiday Intruder.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're
Quinn-
in the same
Quinn,
building.
my
right now.
man,
With
you did a much better job, both you and Mac. You improved on that unseeable shit.
it's still an
Hey,
opinion.
Roger. How you doing? Welcome.
That is still an opinion.
Roger, what's up, man?
That is still an opinion, and
Shut up, Ty. I've heard it all.
Happy, joy.
and
You know what? I've been dealing with a lot of shit today, and I'm not ready to hear your whole opinion speech again.
Oh hell yeah, dude! You're gonna have to show that off next time you do a stream, Quinn. I'd like to see that. I'm a big fan of the Naked Gun movies. All right,
Didn't his dad write one of them? Like,
Yeah, his dad was involved with one of them. I know.
I've
big,
honestly,
that's
I
big.
don't think I've seen them. I'll have to check them out at some
Oh,
point. I
dude,
know
you'll
that
love them,
Leslie-
man. Leslie Nelson's funny as shit.
A lot of times, like people that work on a film, they'll get like those jackets or whatever to kind of like distinguish them between others. Like, oh, there's the sound guy, like he's got the fucking jacket. Like because imagine you like fucking rock, like just kind of coming across one of those jackets somehow while they're filming a movie, and then you sneaking onto set type of shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like that'd be funny. But yeah, I've seen people with jackets from certain movies before and shit, bro. You know?
Right on target. Do you mind if I ask this? Do you know anyone who's actually like made a movie? That way we can show them the director's cut to the Holiday Intruder. That way we can literally get someone who's worked on a film to tell this ginger beard over here that his thing is shit.
it is still my film because I produced it and made it.
Well, my thing is though, June, and this is like honestly speaking, because you said with my cut, you said you didn't really take much issue other than the music, right? But
I
you
like-
were using like
I like the music.
Tchaikovsky.
I like the music in Mac's cut than yours, June. I do like the music in his cut better
It's
than
just more fitting. Like I'm sorry, June, but your project doesn't scream for a Tchaikovsky or a Chopin or a Mozart. It just doesn't. That's what Stanley Kubrick. That's what his projects scream for. Your shit screams for just something a bit more average, just basic. You know, and that's not a knock on you. That's just like what the kind of your means and everything, because it's a low budget project. You can't go in there trying to throw in Beethoven as if it's some
Yeah,
fine
bro. Like
wine.
it should have been like if you didn't create the music yourself, it should have been something that you could have grabbed that like kind of fit the atmosphere of it. Like, because it's hard, dude. Like you get the idea, yes, that old music is hard because it put me in like, okay, this is something modern day, but I feel like the music is fucking back to like one of the Universal monster pictures and shit, bro. You know, like that, like Dracula or something. And it's not Dracula because it's a dude fucking sneaking in somebody's basement to go fucking do some fucked up shit. You want that versus like that fucking.
I mean, to be fair, the only reason I used that, even though I like it, was because I'm an okay guitar player, but not enough to be a composer.
Yo, you want to talk? Listen, you want to talk? You got two people here. You got Right on Target, who's got a direct connection to film, direct, and you got Channel Dawnstar, Roger, who's done his own fucking film, direct connection. These guys are big with like they can help inform, bro. You know, they make your shit better. It's not a knock against you. It's just like trying to constructive criticism where everybody's like, try this, see if this works type of shit. You know what I mean? That's all.
Right. I get it. I personally liked the Swan Lake song with it because I did think it kind of.
But why? What was your motivation? What was your train of thought for picking that specific music for that movie that you made?
I guess because it's a hear me out, so no interruptions, please. It's a very beautiful piece of music, as far as the structure of the music goes. But then it's also very haunting.
I mean, I'm not doubting that.
I said no interruptions.
Okay, but I'm just saying I'm not doubting that. But it's just I don't know.
Objection.
All right, I'll let you finish this.
And I said no breathing, Ty, but look, I didn't get what I wanted.
No, we'll let him finish. I mean,
so
yeah, I want to hear more.
Where was I?
You said
it was a beautiful piece of music, and that it was haunting at the same time.
So, because of the story structure of what the film is based on, I thought I wanted to give, her sort of a beautiful piece of music, but haunting, because of the nature of what happened to her, and the fact that somebody took a child from the parents, and despite our theories behind whatever the circumstances of the case was,
brother.
Yeah, I mean, but I get that, Ty. I mean, I understand that, but
one thing I'll say, like, all right, I'll use a movie as an example. I'll actually use a scene as an example. Like the opening of American Psycho, how they have the beautiful classical music playing, but they have like these exquisite, like fancy dishes that they're showing you it's not you sitting on a toilet, and I'm not trying to knock you, or it's just that music is complementary towards other beautiful and artistic stuff, not necessarily like you breaking in and shitting in someone else's toilet.
And to be
as somebody who's never made his own film. Well, I've done little bullshit when I was younger. I did not my landlord's fucking camcorder. But no, see, I think you could have still used that music, but not for as long as you did, and maybe mix up the music a little bit more versus like having that throughout most of the entirety of the video, of the film, because you want a transition to like, okay, now you're in the fucking place, you're in there, Now maybe there should be a tone switch. You know what I mean? Which you want to capture, like with what the atmosphere is. You're inside now. It's not like that. You're walking to the place, okay, and going into the fucking basement to the you know, you didn't really get to show that.
I mean, hey, to be fair, let's just face it. It was my attempt to make some sort of art house, little.
Yeah. Like, all right, but take Old Boy for instance, though. June, like take Old Boy. You remember the scene where he's removing the guy's teeth with the hammer, and Antonio. They start playing Antonio Vivaldi's Four Seasons as he's removing the guy's teeth. Like that made sense because of the sympathy, the whole symphony of the situation. The guy was getting his revenge, after being locked. Like there was a whole like, you know what I'm saying? There was a whole build up to all that, and that like sometimes like that music is only used for like something extremely groundbreaking or something profound that's happening before your eyes.
Dude. Channel Dawnstar Roger, bro. This dude, I've seen what he's done, and for me, bro, I've known Dawnstar longer than anybody here, and I respect his views and everything on film because he's pretty much a foremost authority on a lot of things, and he's done his own shit.
I get. I mean, let's put it this way.
Hey DMC, hey Brian.
I mean, and maybe let's just put it this way. We all see those pretentious little art house films that every director makes. Maybe I just made a little, film festival winning art house film, and at least an attempt to, but it was a bad attempt. I mean, I think all my films suck. So,
Well, I mean, we were able to,
You're already like talking yourself down, and it's like if you're already saying all my films suck, then you're not allowing yourself.
Well, see, I wouldn't say that it sucked or anything, because like I said, me and Quinn like edited, and I know you think that it's disrespectful that we did so, but I feel like that we were able to make something kind of cool out of, because like you did your role as the director, you filmed everything. And we did our roles as editors. We took everything that you had filmed, that you put the work into filming, and kind of gave it a bit more of a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like,
June, can I ask you a question? I was gonna say, right on target. I think he genuinely asked if he could like interview you about your movie. Would you do that? Would you like?
How much?
Did you say how much? Come on, June. Don't June.
Because I don't think he. My bad.
No. I just want to ask Mac a quick question. Is the Right on Target cut still available?
Yeah. I'll send it to you on Instagram. Okay. I'll try not to forget.
I want to compare all three. Like I want to really like compare all three and like just be like, okay. Everybody's gonna nitpick June always. That's what we do. Like anybody, even you, when you see certain things, you nitpick. This could have been put here. This could have been put here. This could have been better. You know what I mean? So it's more. It's not like, oh, you fucking suck. Don't ever do shit again, because everything's a learning experience. Not all these motherfuckers.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. John Carpenter, first movie came out with not the best. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So it's like.
I mean, yeah, exactly, and I mean, I get it, but I'm also. Hey, I'm kind of honored because I think it is kind of funny in a way that I have like the Blade Runner of cuts on a YouTube channel. So because what there's like 5 different cuts of this movie now, and there's like what
2. Well, no, there's like 3 because you made a cut.
Dude, just go on Quinn's channel, and that'll be a good way to promote your new channel and stuff. You don't need a paycheck for that.
The thing is, I think he's being genuine. So like, I would take it. Give a chance to defend your movie, man.
And
promote your movie,
Take the criticism to build, bro. You build. Also, you don't fucking sit and wallow like I fucking suck. No, you build upon that, bro, and you get better.
I mean,
that's all.
Well, when I say all my films suck, I'm not like, yeah, I do think that. I mean, I don't think I mean, I know that they don't like necessarily like suck, but like it's more like I'm just like I'm not. We are our biggest critic, and so I'm like, So for me, I mean, put it this way, even if let's put it this way. This is the best example I can give. Obviously, maybe not to some people, but to some directors, the Oscar is the pinnacle of, you succeeded. If I won Best Director, even if I won that, I would still think that I would still suck because, I don't see myself that as that talented. Now, some of it I do act like I'm more talented than I actually am, but that's more of
At the end of the day, all art, which movies are a part of, because all art is for the individual theirself. It's like you could listen to 10 million fucking people say your movie sucks, but if it's what you feel and it's your art, then it is a part of you. You get what I'm saying? So who gives a at the end of the day, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But also, I mean, if your motivation is to draw more people, and that's the motivation you want. You're like, oh well, I could win this award or this accolade or blah blah blah. If that's your motivation, then my advice is that's the wrong motivation. Do it for yourself before anybody else. But if you can't take constructive criticism on your own art, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. That's my thing. Dude, I do art all the time. I am a complete artist. Like I do music, I draw. I've done it all, bro. The only thing I haven't done
He hides dicks in his pictures.
Yeah, that too, Trench. Mm-hmm.
And that pirates. But I'm gonna say this, Ty, you make some of the worst things I've ever seen. And every stop motion I've ever made, even my worst ones, are better than everything you make. But think about this. Your stuff was so bad. You get all these pep talks that you just got about how you can improve and stuff. I don't even get that. And I make better shit than you. So maybe if you took that notice, you took what you got noticed from the piece of craps and did actually something good and got noticed for that. Because you already got people to notice you because of the piece of craps you made.
That's an opinion about your stuff.
No, it's a thing. My films do not get much recognition, and your shitty ass films do. More, I hear people talking about the Holiday Intruder like that. There's no. It literally is shitty for actual proof. Because what's half the fucking film? Oh yeah, you sitting on a toilet.
Shitty is an opinionated word. If I say something is shitty, that is an opinion.
Not every person, like the people that sit down and write the scripts, there's so many script rewrites, there's so many like things that get taken out, added in, and edited and shit like that. So that's basically the way I look at what fucking Right on Target and Mac were doing, is like kind of making their own little edit. Like, all right,
yeah, because June kind of put out like his whole thing, and I went in there, removed the toilet scene, added some music, added a title, a proper title.
See, you got people to improve your project. You got people to actually notice your stuff because it was so shitty. But what I'm saying,
I've made a trailer for you though, Cara.
If you're gonna make something good, try actually to do it. Don't do the laziness that you've been doing. Actually try to do something good, because you're already known for the shittiness. And, people do watch your films because they got the recognition for the shittiness. So they wanted to check it out. Maybe if you actually made something good, I could consider your recognition as good, but no.
I honestly, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I'm not your biggest fan, June, at all. But I do think there's talent there, and I do think I'm not saying this movie, but I do think there's talent there and there's direction and drive. I think you just need to kind of maybe like I told you from the fucking jump, dude. I said write your shit down before you even get into I'm just gonna make a film and boom, I'll just jump into it. You have to write shit down beforehand. That's how all things start, bro. Is written. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then go over it, review it, keep going over it. All right, well,
Rough drafts. Yeah, you gotta have rough drafts and shit
Yeah,
like that.
bro.
Exactly.
I've written 3 books, brother. So you know how many times I had to like go and be like, go back and look, okay, well, this I'm gonna put here, you know, like, so it's a process, bro. You gotta if you want to do something that's gonna fucking really like,
You gotta have at least 7 or 8 rough drafts.
right. But right on target, you're not setting off no firestorm, bro. We this is fine. We just, you know, yeah, it's all cool, man.
Oh, Firestorm
Yeah.
was what happened last time.
You good, you good, right on target, and you're always welcome. And I think you were adding words of encouragement. June, there's a lot of encouragement for you in the chat. Yeah, we make fun of your movie, but there's a lot of people that want to see you make good things. And
I
I don't. I
and
want to see you fail.
it's arguable. It's arguable. Like I don't really like The Holiday Intruder. I thought War of the Worlds was pretty good. But like they're like June, not everybody's out to get you, you know. But
I
you
don't
know,
feel that
like
way. I don't feel that way. I think it's. I kind of think it's funny that there's like 1,000 different cuts of my film. I think it's funny. Like,
yeah, we
Stop
make fun of
laughing.
The Holiday Intruder because it's funny. You know, we make fun of
well,
it because it's
somebody
funny.
I
Don't take
know
that
who
to heart.
I don't know who the comment was, but somebody commented that essentially what I made was a short little bad Roger Corman type of movie. I don't know if they were giving.
I think the problem is though is people try to help you and you just turn them down. I feel like that's the problem.
And
But
the fact that you get
again,
offered
it's your
the
choice.
help,
It's what makes you happy.
the fact
Oh,
that
my
you
bad.
have the
Go ahead,
goal to
Carl.
be
My bad.
this is my thing here. Okay.
Amen.
He gets offered the fucking help and he refuses it. I have to for my stuff, for just simple ass voice working, I have to go find people and message them and wait. And you know, sometimes they refuse and I have to go looking for the help. You get offered it and your ass is so arrogant you refuse it.
To be
Brian,
Well, I'd
Kubrick,
say when
fair-
we found out you were doing projects and needed voices, we offered you the help. So I wouldn't say you don't get offered help.
Brian, your
Not
shit.
most of the
I
time.
Your
mean, I
shit
get
is very,
before
very
maybe, but we
inspiring,
offer
Brian.
it.
hey,
Kubrick, your shit's very inspiring. I've sat with my own artwork, listening to you. I told you this, Brian, and drawn just like whatever, just listening to the music. So your stuff is to me like kind of like avant-garde, dude. You know,
okay. When I do my next film and when Junebug Films is back officially, I'll message people to help me then, because maybe
I just get pissed off that you get all this recognition and everyone talking about your stupid film, and I put work and effort
Okay,
into
how
my
about
stuff
this? What's
and I don't get
what's
nothing.
your Cara, what's a stop motion that you would say that you're most proud of that's uploaded on your channel?
right?
I would say it was the episode 2 for Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah,
Which
fuck it.
ain't
I'll
even
make would you mind if I made my own cut for it?
Yeah, but like there ain't much to cut because it's a stop
Well, no,
motion.
no, I'm not gonna cut anything out, but you know, just add maybe some ominous music during tense scenes, shit like that. Just there's shit
Yeah,
you could always
that's what I've wanted to do. And you
um,
know, that's an
maybe
older project.
add a filter to make the scenery look a bit more grim, dark. You know, there's a lot of shit you can always do to touch up a
Yeah,
project. You
and
know?
I haven't been able to do that stuff. And even the projects I'm working on now, like
I mean,
Spider-Man and the Star Wars project, there's things that I, you know, work on there, and like I work on that stuff for like hours and days, and it takes a lot of time, and then I release it, and you know, I'm not really like, it ain't even about just the views. It's just about that no one interacts, no one cares, and I put hours of my life into this stuff.
Well, also, uploading,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird the way it works. Like, it's all about networking too, how well you're able to network, through social media and share stuff out. Also, it's how consistently you upload.
Well, my point was that look at June here. How many films has he made? 2. And they both and they
But he
About
does
both
network. I mean, you can't. There's a lot of things I could clown June on for sure. I could roast him up like a rotisserie chicken all night long.
My
But
thing is they
he
suck
can
ass and
network.
barely had any work, and they got more recognition than any of my stop motions.
But I mean, he can. June can network. That's one thing he can. He can show up to people's. And he networks, and people. He puts the word out there about everybody. I mean, somehow, some way, everybody knew about the Holiday Intruder. I don't know how he made it happen, but he did somehow. It was through some kind of networking.
because he was talking about that weeks before it came out. He was like, "You gotta watch the Holiday Intruder." Like 3 weeks before it came out, he was talking about it.
Yeah,
Built
exactly. I
that
mean, he
stuff up before
networked.
I
it was
already
even
knew that.
filmed.
It's
When people ask me what do I work on, what do I say? What do I always say? I say Spider-Man because that's
Oh,
the
of
biggest
course.
project. And now I
Like
say
me,
the
watch
Star
your
Wars one
stuff.
because. But I'm like, I don't get. I'm.
Yeah,
My
exactly. That's what I'm trying to
frustration.
say. Right on target is it's kind of based on consistency and how frequent you upload. Because if people hear what you got to say like every day, they do, regardless of like the quality of the content, they get a good feel for you, and even some of the things that you lack, they're willing to forgive just because they feel like they kind of got a good feel for you. They know you in a sense where you don't really upload too frequent. I know that the stop motion takes time, but
Time,
mean,
yeah.
yes, I respect her for
Well, I
doing
want to
stuff.
try to make stuff as good as possible, and it
mean-
takes time. And
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
I respect anybody who does stop motion. I mean, so I think that
you
her
called my
is-
stuff childish once.
because this. I mean,
You said it was
I said
child. We were talking about film, and you were like, it's just childish stuff, and that really pissed me off.
I didn't mean that as a negativity, though. It was more to say you need to focus on your stories better because a lot of them
The
are
stop
just,
motions I have out were more. That's my whole thing. I've already done that improvement. That's what I'm working on with the 2 new projects I have. Is I'm focusing less on, trying to improve the stop motion itself to also adding a story in there because on my other stop motions, I think the one that
I
has the
do
best.
feel like there's other stuff you could do on your channel because especially this year, we got a lot of holidays coming up, like during the month of like October, there's like the whole horror marathons. There's effed up November, Christmas type horror movies. I mean, that could be an opportunity for you to like actually seek out to watch some of these movies, maybe review them on your channel.
Well,
And-
I was
and,
gonna do some more rankings. I did the Friday the 13th ranking. I ranked all the Friday 13th films. That's one I wanted to do, and I want to do it for Halloween when Halloween comes around. But like, the main thing I want to do is stop motion. I want to tell stories. It's the thing I've always wanted to do. My frustration doesn't come from
And
like
Carter, you're
if
good.
you do have writing talent. I've seen your stuff that you've sent me. I will say though, if you actually really want to be a writer and a storyteller, you probably need to.
God damn it, Brian.
Actually look at other stories and expand your story horizons.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. That was funny.
Hey, no, like June. This brings up a good point, bro. Because what if you did like an anthology thing where there's every holiday, there's like an intruder story, bro. You know what I mean? There's one for Halloween, one for Christmas, one for fucking who knows Father's Day or what. That's the next bullshit coming up, right? The Father's Day intruder or anything, bro.
Well,
here's what I was trying to explain is like my frustration didn't really come from not having people interact, because I was kind of fine with that for a while. It was seeing that June got pretty much everything. Like, yeah, he wasn't being called good for his film, but he got the interaction. He got people actually talking about it and making different stuff, and talking about his stuff.
Listen, because of what I did, and maybe it's because I actually went to business school.
It pissed me off that you got more reaction from your stuff. That's shit.
Are we done?
I'm. Yeah, sorry.
We're building right here. Look, see this. Every holiday, this guy abducts a child. Maybe there should be more than one intruder character. And you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a build right here. You building with people right now. Just giving, shooting ideas out there. But still.
June, would you give Brian the rights to do a holiday intruder too?
Wait a minute. Can we
back
that up?
Scissors.
June, did you just say that you went to business school?
Yes, I've said this multiple
I mean,
times.
may I ask where at? Like, where did you attend?
Johnson County Community College.
Johnson County Community College. So you got your degree and everything. It's probably hanging up somewhere on your wall, right?
I had to drop out family obligations.
Ty, it was just the way you said it, man.
Well, I mean, you can't really throw that in anybody's face like, oh, well, I went to business school, so what you meant to say is, well, I dropped out of business school, so, like I don't know.
What did I say? Did you, or do you need to turn up your hearing aid on why I said
I mean, you can't really take credit, though, for just, like, attending business class and not, you didn't gain nothing from it.
No, you didn't. No. The short answer with this is no, you did not. You did not gain anything from it because you were unable to finish it. So there could have been so much more that you could have learned and incorporated into your own stuff. So you got what you got. You basically got a fucking YouTube tutorial, but you went to school for it. That's the sum of. They're doing shit on YouTube right now where you can go to classes and all this and that, like master classes, all this other shit. Maybe if it's feasible, maybe you should take advantage of that and watch these people that do the master classes for the film shit, bro. It just advice. That's all it is.
Jim, would you believe I was Mr. Miyagi if I took like 1 week of Taekwondo?
Yes. Yeah, probably.
Ty, it was just the way you said it, man. The way you said it.
But here's where my frustration comes in. My frustration comes, this is like the main core of my frustrations, is like, it's that Ty makes something with barely any effort. Like, he doesn't put effort. He shows his fucking laptop in the fucking scene and tries to say it's intentional. And you can't see the shit. And everybody is talking about it. You know, they're laughing at it. But
June, and that's another. June, that wasn't intentional. Like, there's some things you need to be honest about. Like, that wasn't.
I release a stop motion.
And if that was,
it's not the best. It's not the best stuff. My stop motions aren't the best, but they're better than that shit. And when I release them, half of the time people don't act like they exist, or they're just like, "Oh, you do that," and then they don't speak of it again. And I'm like, how come this guy who makes shit is getting recognition, but I make something that's better and don't?
Probably because like there's an element of kind of like, it's we're trying to give constructive criticism, but there is a fucking comedic side to it. Whereas like you can't really do that with your stuff, Car. You can't like go and watch it, that was stupid, Car, like, or anything like that, or like, you know what I mean? Like that's what the difference is right there. So it's not, like I said, for me, I really don't like June too much, but like I'm not gonna fucking shit on everything he does. You know what I mean? I won't shit on everything that anybody does, really. But
Well,
I will give my thoughts, my opinions, and constructive criticism because I expect the same from everybody else. So it's
I just
like,
wanted to say that because
Well,
that's
I
what's been
love
like,
you, John.
frustrating me with my work is like that I spend hours and this guy shows his fucking laptop on a screen and you know he can't fucking see it because he uses a black and white filter that he films on this fucking laptop and then is like, oh, that's all intentional and we're fucking whatever.
I mean, there definitely should be more traffic going to your stuff, Car. There definitely should. Even Marty does fucking phenomenal work with the stop motion too. So definitely should be more traffic going to his stuff. Anybody that does the stop motion, that's very time consuming and tedious, bro. So I can, yeah.
I mean, my thing is though, with me though, I'm actually, I'll watch like a lot of actors' podcasts, and then like a lot of actors, they have other businesses. You know, I would usually try to call those businesses and then ask them to.
What, right on target? What do you mean? But June, like we've had this discussion numerous times with you before, like, you know, there's a disconnect somewhere because yes, you have grand ideas for what you want to do. But I think in your mind you're already starting out like in that grand idea versus like kind of like coming up from the trenches, to use a word, you know. And you got everybody starts out in the trenches with all.
But I don't want to come up from trench.
But you know what I mean.
You
Oh,
do.
what?
You
No.
know that.
Like, Car, have you ever talked to Marty about doing a collaboration?
I've
That
wanted
would
to
be
do
fucking
it,
dope.
Yeah.
but it is difficult because you know, stop motion is like because I do Legos and he does action figures and that's kind of been and we, you know, we're not like close at all. We're not even in the same country. So it's something I've thought of, just something I haven't really asked because you know he is busy, and you know, but it has crossed my mind before.
I mean it's just a matter of like kind of going back and forth with like emails and like, you know, kind of touching up things and all that. I think you guys could do it. And look at like something like the success of Robot Chicken, which used multiple different type of action figures and Legos and all this stuff. So I think it can be done.
You know what would be cool? Because you have a Predator figure, don't you?
I have a Mega Bloks figure, yeah.
Yeah, like maybe if he was doing like a Freddy Krueger meets fucking Predator thing, like have the dream state be the Legos.
Ah, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like have
even as simple.
Like have the dream state
ahead,
be
Mac,
like
my
the Legos and everything, and then like once Freddy gets pulled out of the dream state, it's like back to Marty's figures and they're fighting. I could see that being something that would be kind of dope, dude.
I'd have to get the
Well, like
figure
even you could do
back.
this, Marty.
What, Trenchy?
Oh
I was
shit!
saying, even like say Marty goes to review like Batman or something you have Legos for, like a Marvel thing, and you do a little intro for him with the Legos or like any little collaboration like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like even
I
if you
could
do a
an
little intro for him.
I
Yeah.
could do an intro for his channel. There's
I
something.
think he'd be down.
I mean, hey, if you can make a Lego figure of me, I think you can make a Lego figure of Marty. As a too.
I can make a Lego figure of Marty. That's simple. Except I won't have that Lego figure kicked in the balls 24/7 a day.
Well,
Jesus shit.
What do you
Pour me
mean?
another shot, bro. Pour me another shot.
I didn't know the force was that.
I could talk to Marty and see if he wants to do. Maybe we can have it where it's like an intro for his channel, but it's like a mixture of action figure and some of my stuff, and like it's us building his logo, like his channel name.
That would see, there you go. And he might be busy right now, but I think he would be down for that, Like, it might take a while, it might take a long time.
Kara, we're supposed to be Harry for Spider-Man stop motion. When?
Yeah, but that project has went a lot of places, and it's still being worked on. It's still going to be finished. It just
here maybe Trent kind of knows about one of these projects I'm actually trying to write, but I'm trying to crack it, and I've been yet to trying to crack it. Maybe you guys could crack it.
What do you mean?
Oh God.
What do you mean crack it?
One of the things I really want to do, something that a lot of horror fans have been waiting for, I wanted to make a good version of Dracula versus the Monster.
Oh, right on target. I am. I very much am. This ain't like you or I'm trying to think of who else does it.
This is different than all the other beefs with Jude. We'll just say that this is different.
It's not like you or Mac. It ain't like you or Mac who kind of played up. Nah, it ain't like that.
Well, one thing that a lot of it is like playing up for the sake of entertainment and stuff. But one thing that and I brought this up to June backstage. One thing that I think would be entertaining just for this community is to like set up some kind of event, because YouTube boxing is like a big thing that's been going on, like just in any kind of community, dude.
Oh,
like
God
the vlogging community, just any kind of dumb little community. They've raised a lot of money and donated to charities and all sorts of things just from getting off. Sometimes it's good to get out of your house and get off camera and do something a bit physical. Now, I'm not saying like we should go in there and try and rules and everything, but just something I thought would be fun for people.
I like have Lego June fight Lego Car and Lego Car kicks them in the balls.
Oh, I already have that. I just haven't released it.
Oh. What the fuck, yo?
Or Nate is a professional wrestler. Maybe we could set up something to where we all have like a wrestling match.
Nate will win against everybody. Nate will even.
Dude, I can't wrestle, but I would be a manager.
But there is still a contract I need June to sign beforehand.
I'm not very good. Not very good. I just handle catering.
Wait. When you go in woods, you lose your personality, Nate.
I think I'm a lot better of a. Hopefully, I'm a lot better of a director than Uwe Balls.
June, just take the fucking criticism, make the movie you want, take the criticism and use it to build upon, something that like people are going to continue to talk about, but in a sense that it's not going to be like talked about like, oh, you should have did this or this. Like, oh man, that was done real well, or like, you know what I mean? All you got to do is get better. That's it.
Oh, John, I have it. I'll remake Citizen Kane.
Fuck Citizen Kane, dude.
Come on, it's the greatest.
Not the best movie ever made. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, dude.
I'll remake The Godfather.
Wow, bro, you'd probably get killed by the mafia if you try to do that, bro. I don't know.
That's okay. I'll just make friends with the. I'll just be like already make friends with the Italian.
Why you no remake Showgirls? Remake that movie.
Trenchy is the only one who can make friends with the mob, in my mind.
Well,
You'd be
Nate,
shot immediately, Gingerbeard.
Nate. There was some of
Yeah.
there was some of those pictures, but those are not YouTube appropriate.
Oh
What
God.
pictures are you talking about?
Oh
Yo,
God.
Brian.
Sex
Right.
tapes.
Talk
What
about the secret pictures you sent to Trenchy.
No, sex tapes.
Brian said, "What if June gets sucked into the toilet like fucking street trash style and shit?"
I was gonna take a skip, but I gotta say this out loud. I have never seen any pictures or sexual videos of June. I've never seen
Stop
that.
lying to
Richie,
us,
you can
Not a
Trenchy.
thing.
comment
Stop
on this.
lying to
This
us.
is breaking news. This is live and breaking news. You've seen Ty's hidden short films. How are they?
Who?
Wait, Ty, you're saying there's a sex tape with you and Melissa or something?
What?
This is breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Gosh.
We
You
are
don't wanna
having
see
live
that.
coverage. Live coverage.
Make sure to hold in your lunches, because I sure can.
Do you wrap your fucking 14-inch cock around her neck or what, bro? Does that happen?
That's all I'm gonna say about it because a good.
This man over here playing jump rope.
Uwe ball. Holy
A
shit.
gentleman never tells. A gentleman never tells.
Too much.
Brian, what if there was an alligator in it? See, Brian is somebody who you would want to talk to about ideas, bro. He's got a good amount of them. So Brian is an artist as well. So everybody here has done shit with like art and creating things. So June, all it is criticism, bro.
Look, here's Marty.
I get it. I get it.
Oh yeah, Quinn doesn't know. Him and Melissa are divorced now.
Well, we never were married.
Well, y'all were engaged because you told me the first time I ever met you. You told me she was your fiance. That's what you told me.
Even if we were even if we were engaged, we never got married, so we'd still be.
Even though she didn't exist, because I had that picture of her, and it was just,
Okay.
it wasn't a. Because you sent me it 3 times. It was the same exact picture.
Kara did show us those messages that night, and it was 3 different pictures of like it wasn't even the same person.
Okay. Okay.
I got no comment on this, bro.
Okay.
I mean, but it happened. No, that's all.
I'm not having this conversation again.
What are we not supposed to? Okay, Ty? If you didn't want us to talk about Melissa, you should have never made her up.
I never made her up. Okay. End of conversation.
Brian said, "What if the toilet followed June?"
Oh.
Hey, John.
What?
You wrote a script called The Gnome, right?
I did. I can send it to you, and guess listen. If I can find that, I'll send it to you, and you can film it, bro. Seriously.
I mean, technically, Kara, you and June can make that movie because you could use stop motion to the toilet. So you could like do the.
Can you send me the script? I just want to read it.
I already had the idea for the killer toilet. It was going to be called The Toilet Intruder. I was going to make a whole stop motion on it, and that's what turned into the little stop motion short of June getting kicked in the balls by a Lego version of me. I just never made it. I just made that. It never went anywhere. So that's what happened with that.
What did right on
You made a stop motion of that?
I could post it to my channel
It's just a stop motion of a Lego version of me running up to the Lego tie and kicking him straight in the balls.
So
Oh shit.
yeah, well, I'll tell you what. If once I get the Junebug Films stuff figured out,
How
I
about this? How about this, Ty? Either you go on this thing with Right on Target, or that can be the next thing you post to your Junebug Films channel.
Right. Right.
Is my little stop motion of you getting kicked in the balls.
Damn.
Take your choice. Or third option, delete your channel.
I'm not gonna do any ultimatums.
This wasn't a request.
Oh shit.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Right on target. But it has to be him doing it on his own accord and shit. June,
No,
it's good.
only force.
You're going right on
Force is
target,
the
bro.
only way.
That's probably good exposure just off rip.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to tell him. Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just people that have a vision with film and the love of sharing it, you know, and then, you know, you just gotta be able to take the fucking roll with the punches, bro. Whether the constructive criticism seem negative or positive, you just fucking go with it and go make your shit.
I mean, hey, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. So,
But I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah, but without all that smart shit, though, man. Actually, listen, June.
brother, fundamentally, you have to write. There's no way around it. You can't just fucking. I mean, I'm guessing some people just go off with a fucking iPhone and like, yeah, I'm gonna film this, but at least they have a conception of what the fuck they're gonna do first. There's some type of something written down or at least typed into the computer of like, okay, scene A, scene B. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking.
it would be Act 1, Scene 1, and then Act 1, Scene 2, Act 1, Scene 2.
I get it, bro. I'm not the filmmaker here. You are, okay? I'm just a rap artist, bro. That's all I am. So
well, let's put it this way, Quinn. And I know he's still in the chat. I'll think about it.
yeah, right, Quinn. But
I mean, what's there to think about though? It's like good exposure though, like John was saying. Like you're trying to get your channel out there. That's all you're about's networking. Somebody wants to interview you about your movie, and now you're gonna act like you're you're too good to discuss your film.
That's how he is. Smug.
It's more, you know, I have a lot of stuff planned right now, and I have to kind of figure stuff out because
Figure what out, huh?
Right, you got bigger fish to fry. You got other ventures to.
Well, Father's Day is coming up, 4th of July, and then.
Do you got kids or something?
Not that I know of.
No, don't even start with me there, dude. Don't. don't start with me there, June.
I'm just very family oriented. So family comes first to me. So as it should for everybody. So
Don't you say everyone here.
I'm the only daddy here. I'm the only
you
daddy.
You don't know anyone's life. So don't say things like that. Like everyone should.
Ty, for your next project though, I would we'll definitely try to reach out to people and see if they could like need someone to do the music, maybe somebody who wants to work on.
I mean,
I don't know if anybody has any visual effects. I
mean, one of the things that I was trying. I don't even know if I should say it live, but I was trying to contact Stevel about the continuation of Scarlet Cinema because I don't know if he's continuing that or not. So, and seeing if I could,
I would just leave that alone, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, maybe ask him if you could do it, but don't like
well,
don't bug the guy, you know.
I already did, and I emailed him once, and that was done. So.
Yeah, I would just do it
But-
once, and you know that's it, you know.
But I thought about once I have my channel back and everything, and once I get stuff figured out, possibly like taking his idea of making, because I like the idea of a YouTube horror anthology made by YouTubers. That's just an original idea.
Right.
What
Taking his
are they
idea,
not doing it anymore?
No.
Oh, that sucks. It was really
I
good.
I don't know. Taking his idea and maybe having it more like, hey, but not call it Scarlet Cinema, like.
Right on target. I just subbed to you, man, because this is the first time I'm ever meeting you. I know all these other guys know you, but I didn't know you. So,
So my thing is, I was trying to think of a name to call it, because, and I was trying to think of something like that sort of sounds like the Twilight Zone or something like that is what I was thinking, at least. So like trying to look into the thesaurus, other words for Twilight and other words for zone. Couldn't really find anything that stuck with me, but
if anyone here's going to be a horror host, it's going to be me and Spidey.
Well, I probably wouldn't be the horror host. I mean, I would probably find one of somebody here to be a horror host. Like, personally, I mean, Trench can confirm this. I was actually thinking of Trenchy, but
you were at one point, yes.
Oh well, June, and that's another thing. That's good that you're looking into the thesaurus and all that. Your new cut, because you called it a kidnapping on Christmas, right?
Uh-huh.
You do know you spell, and you said you ran out of letters or something, and that's why I don't know, maybe you said you spelt it wrong on purpose, or because you spelled kidnapping in the thumbnail of that. And see, and that's another thing that plays into when you have like Tchaikovsky or anything that's just too much of a fine wine, or considered intelligent, like classical music. It's not gonna fall in line with something like that when you're misspelling.
Also, June, like my service that I can offer is that I'm a great editor, bro. I used to teach college kids how to write fucking papers, bro. So if you need anybody to spell shit correctly or a thesaurus, I'm a walking fucking dictionary and a thesaurus, bro. All I do is write. That's what I do. So if
I actually did it while I was editing your fucking Holiday Intruder while I was making my cut, because I was showing June. John actually pointed out something that I misspelled on one of the titles. I was like,
right?
Oh shit! Yeah, I was like, damn, I did the same shit.
Okay, John. Let's say that then maybe you could. I'll give you a special thanks in the credits.
Well, I'm gonna try to track down that script I wrote, the little script I wrote about the haunted little yard gnome thing, right? And if I track it down, if I can find it, it's been a while, it's been years. I'm gonna fucking send it to you and see what you can do with it, bro.
Okay.
Oh, John, I found a live-action horror film called Gnome Alone, where Mini-Me from fucking Austin Powers plays a killer gnome.
Yeah, I know about that movie, bro. I wrote this
script
before that thing ever existed, bro.
Yeah, no, I believe you. I'm just saying, I did find this weird like gnome movie. Not to compare, there's two Gnome Alones. There's a 2018 one for children, and then there's an older one with Mini-Me in it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
John, if you do find that script, the email that you have that's the one that is having difficulty signing in.
Yeah, just give it whatever email works best for you when you can,
Okay.
And I would even send it to like Kara and see if Kara could do something with it with the fucking stop motion. I mean, it's just out there, bro.
I've thought about a goofy horror movie called Attack of the Killer Scissors, and editing it live action, but having it have Trinchy in it and everyone, but like you edit it where it like they filmed the scene themselves, but you just edit it all together where people are getting killed by scissors.
Right.
Well, heck, even Corey gave me permission to. It's somewhere. I think it was on his old channel.
Trinchy, you could film a scene with you getting attacked by killer
He
scissors.
gave me permission to do.
Yeah.
Because we came up with it on his old channel, Night of the Killer Brewskis,
Okay.
and he gave me.
Yeah, I
permission.
remember this.
And when he said he couldn't do it, I asked permission if I could do it, and he said, "Sure, why not?" So it's one of those things that I was planning on doing it for a Scarlet Cinema, but I just never, I tried to get the word out to people a little bit, but it didn't really work out that much. But maybe, I mean, that's another thing I was even trying to think about, like basically filming it where like, obviously try to hide the label as best you can, but like find a beer bottle or something, a brown beer bottle or something to try to hide the label and just people drinking. The idea behind it was that this is a poisonous beer and they all die.
It sounds like street trash, bro. The fucking remember that trench, the shit that they drink?
I love street trash, man.
Yeah.
So that's
Corey's
Killer
idea
scissors are better.
was the beer turned them into zombies. I thought that's what Corey's idea was. Maybe it was different. I might be misremembering.
Hey, I suppose now I could just we could make it something like no, I'm not gonna make that joke.
What joke?
Oh no,
Say
please
it.
don't.
Say it.
No,
don't say it.
Say it.
What the fuck?
But that's my thing. So, John, what I was going to ask you then, that's one of the things that I was kind of trying to find is like a Twilight Zone type of name for the anthology, because I just thought
right.
The Twilight Zone has a nice ring to it and everything. But when I was looking up into the source, nothing really stuck except for like, something midnight, and then Zone just never really had that it factor name, so you're good at coming up with that stuff. Right here, right now, could you come up with a little name for a horror anthology that's sort of a rip-off sounding name of the Twilight Zone?
Yeah, I mean, another, I guess, like, if you're gonna go look in dictionary thesaurus or whatever, like anything Twilight is, it's like it's half dark, half light, right? So that's why.
Right.
So
that is one of the reasons why I thought midnight.
No, because midnight is like midnight is not wouldn't be Twilight though. But if you want to use midnight,
you're good.
Well, for midnight, usually has like a.
But isn't there already a series of like it's more like kitty stuff called the Midnight?
This is the title I thought of, at least when I was looking at stuff. I thought when I was looking up the names, I saw, but I just thought it sounded kind of stupid. Midnight Realm, the Midnight Realm,
Okay, I mean, yeah, it has a ring to it.
The Midnight Realm.
Why? What does Trench think when he hears that? He laughed at it. So.
Well, no, it's a good name. It's a good name. I'm trying to think. Like,
I mean, I looked it up. There was nothing called Midnight Realm, so legally I can use it. So.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it does have an interesting thing to it because Realm doesn't get used that often, so
exactly.
I'll give you that.
And Twilight,
fucking Brian.
You have like, I mean, Dusk Realm does not sound good. Dawn
Realm
does not sound good. Night Realm doesn't sound good. So Midnight.
You could also do like the Midnight Zone, or no, that's Twilight Zone. Never mind, my bad.
Yeah.
That's even worse. I'll say that was worse than the Midnight Realm. The Midnight Realm's better than that.
So that's one of the things I was actually thinking about calling it the Midnight Realm, and then, I mean, I could host it, but I mean, I'm already a little pretentious, so that would be a little too pretentious for me to host it. So I would try to find a host. Like, even if Trench wanted to do it, I would tell Trench to do it. Like, Trench, you have a bunch of scary masks you could do and all that stuff, right?
I mean, I could. I could. I'm not saying yes, but I'm saying it's a possibility.
Or we could, you know, what is it, John?
I'm gonna type it in the chat and see what you think, because it covers both words. I mean, it might not sound like the best, but this is what I came up with.
I just don't see myself as a horror host, though. Like, I'm more of like a sidekick. Like, that's kind of how I see myself. I'm a sidekick.
Because, you ever heard of like when you heard of like a waxing moon, a waning moon? A waning moon, waning would mean like twilight as well. Is a synonym for twilight. Waning, like just beyond light. And expanse is another word for like a zone or like a realm, or the waning expanse. Like that's, I mean, for me, that's what I would. But again, like any form, you don't have to have it as like, the 3 words, either the Twilight Zone. It could be like anything, bro. Like fucking
right. That's just what kind of popped in my mind. Oh, so.
But dusk. Right on Target is a channel all by itself. Is a lot of like sci-fi shit that a lot of directors and writers and shit, they'll do like these little short sci-fi movies on the Dusk channel and shit. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, waning expanse does kind of sound a bit on the nose, though.
Well, right. I mean, at least with the Midnight Realm, I thought like it kind of has a mystery thing about it. Like, oh, what is this? And I thought, well, and like Trent said, Realm doesn't get used a lot, so. And Midnight does get overused, but Realm is the one that doesn't get that. And actually, what made me think about it was the video game Twilight Princess. There's a thing in that called the Twilight Realm. Like, oh well, what's another word for? Well, I like the word realm, so
right.
Twilight. I mean, so I thought the only thing I could think of was Midnight when it was even. Because I used the Thorus.com, and it didn't really have a whole lot. So,
yeah, I mean,
well, does Midnight have to be in the title?
No, it's basically another word for Twilight. But like, Eclipse Realm doesn't sound good, or New Moon Realm.
How about like messages from the Nightmare Realm?
Mm-hmm.
And each little story is kind of a message, like you kind of like
Midnight Realm, Rebel Yell.
Messages from the Nightmare Realm.
I know it does sound stupid.
No. I mean, it has a nice ring to it, but I would also have to see if, I'm not concerned about it, but I would have to see if somebody has used Nightmare Realm.
I wouldn't use messages, because to me that's too on the nose. I would use a word more along the lines of like murmurs, like murmurs.
Murmurs is creepier too. See, that's a good one. I like that.
Murmurs
from the Nightmare Realm, or something to that effect. But obviously you'll put your own spin and like whatever it is that you want on it, man.
Well, that's a pretty good one.
Murmurs is like whispers, like how everybody's into this ASMR shit, like murmurs. So people will get that. They'll know what murmurs is. It's like little sounds that can barely be heard and are inaudible. So a murmur is kind of like a under your breath type of thing. So that would be a murmur from whatever, murmurs from or murmurs into, or something like that, man.
Chronicles in the realm between.
Yeah, I like Wright's that one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Chronicles from the between. Whispers in the dark.
I feel like that's been used somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a song. It's a song by Skillet.
Oh well, I don't like Skillet, so.
Oh, I know. I get it. But yeah, it is a song. I was just saying.
So, yeah, that's one thing
Heartbeats from
that's
between.
one thing I was planning on, like, because like, hey, you guys just send in your stuff to do a whole little horror anthology, just because like that was such an original idea, Steve had, and I mean, because one of the things that I've been trying to, at least, I made this one video and I never really knew how to really do it correctly. When
Blank Fire Beretta 92.
So basically this video was to say that people say that cinema is dying right now because of streaming and all this stuff, and it was basically to say that how people said this back in the late 60s. I mean, David Niven said that the movie theaters would be the same as vaudeville pretty soon.
David Niven?
Movies are never gonna die.
Yes.
Mm.
And so, but the video was basically to say that, hey, we, us on YouTube, the fact that we're doing stuff that, let's face it, a lot of stuff that people are doing on YouTube is better than anything is putting out in Hollywood right now.
Well, mentioned earlier, man, Right on Target was talking about Dusk, and that's like a whole like sci-fi thing mostly on you. I think it's all YouTube that shit's on. It's all these like little sci-fi movies and shit, like different lengths, but
right.
Some of them are fucking like done really, really well, bro.
Exactly. Well, but basically the video was to say that shit. the people that changed cinema in the 70s and even late 60s were they were called the movie brats, and that club consisted of Francis Ford Coppola, Steven Spielberg, John Milius, George Lucas, Brian De Palma, Martin Scorsese. Without them, we would not have the cinema that we have now. I mean, cinema might as well have been dead back in, it might as well have been with the same as vaudeville. And that's why I was trying to stay in the video that, we are the new movie brats, the people who are trying to make movies on YouTube. And, I think it's kind of proven that a little bit. Now, some of the stuff in it though is more, I don't understand like why some of these, trailers that, get made, that aren't, they're mediocre trailers, to be honest. Like, I thought the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air trailer, the big, reboot of a serious version of Fresh Prince, was kind of just a mediocre trailer. And I mean, I know where that was shot. That was shot in Kansas City.
Wait, they redid the fucking Fresh Prince?
Yeah, there's a serious version of the Fresh Prince on Peacock.
It's called Bel-Air.
And it sucks. I don't like it too much. I'll say that the kid they got to play Will Smith, that kid actually has talent and he deserves a better show. And I couldn't finish the show. I gave it a fair shot. I give shows 3 episodes. If I can't get into a show by the 3rd episode, then I'm not going to finish the show. Right. I think that's fair. 3-act structure. So.
But yeah, Brian, it's a song. I don't know if you would like it though, but it is a song.
Oh. Yeah, man. I can't do like a lot of these fucking like reboots, remakes, all this shit, retakes. I can't do most of them.
My biggest criticism of the show, I thought it was overall okay, but maybe I'm, I don't know what this I mean, it just my biggest criticism was too much use of the N word, and I just don't like that word. I don't use that word. And
So in the newer version, because I don't really remember them doing that in the old version.
no.
So,
In the new version, it just N word this, N word that, N word like
oh, that's
know,
dope.
I just don't. I just couldn't get into the show because of that reason.
Okay, well, that's understandable. No, it's
Because I don't like to use that word. I mean, that's a
Well, I mean, you just can't use that word.
it just
That's what it comes. That's what it comes down to. Like, it's a better way to put it.
I mean,
well, even if I couldn't use it, it's a word that I don't think we should use at all. Anybody.
some will get the pass. Like for me, I get the hard pass with that. I can use it wherever and whenever the fuck I want, right? Not everybody can do that though. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying. No, but that makes sense, June, because like why add something that wasn't put into the first show, and like to kind of like what, to keep up with the times, or like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't really make sense.
But it's sad to me because that the kid his name is Jabari Banks, and I can see his talent, and he deserves a better show.
Stay frosty, Brian. Thank you for coming.
So I hope that kid.
Good night, Brian.
Good night, Brian. I hope that kid can, he can have a better career, and hey, maybe be a better Will Smith than Will Smith and not slap people. So
yeah, I get what you're saying. Right on target. I don't police speech at all. Like if I've written 3 books. Trust me, I don't police speech, man.
No. You have a right to. We have a right to freedom of speech and everything. But like, it's not that word makes me uncomfortable. I just don't think for your story.
Yeah, I mean some shit is shooting just for like it's out of context. You know what I mean? It's just shooting because I get that.
Yeah, and so I just thought, I couldn't finish the show because of that. So, and I gave it a fair shot because, I mean, hey, I always liked Will Smith before he slapped people, and so,
I mean, most of these cats, I mean, to me, like a lot of that shit is fucking fugazi anyway, bro, because like they're actors at the end of the day. They can act on command. So they can act at a fucking award show. They can act like, to me, that all that shit was a big fucking fugazi thing anyway, man. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, I'll say this though. I mean,
hey Maddie, you're good. Thank you for watching and stuff. How are you? We're good. We're just, we had our moments of debates and stuff, but I think we're all good here.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Will Smith, from what I've heard, he's, okay, before Will Smith, it was Eddie Murphy who was the top African-American actor in the 80s. Right?
He was the top back then.
So, and then it was Will Smith, right? Who came
well,
first?
And it probably after Fresh Prince and all that.
I'm back.
Right.
Sorry, and my thing went out when I was feeding the animals.
And then
you're good.
And then it happened where, we had all these other African Americans, and Will Smith felt threatened by all of them. And I've heard he did not get along with any of them.
Well, no, definitely love for Pryor, bro. Because without Pryor, you don't have a Eddie Murphy or a Will Smith without Pryor. So
right, but Richard Pryor never had like a top box office, really.
I
mean, not blockbuster like Eddie Murphy. I would.
Trenchy, could you explain what's happening?
What about See No Evil, Hear No Evil? Wasn't that pretty? Wasn't that pretty high accolades because it was him and Gene Wilder? So
well, that was more after.
Oh, happy birthday, Maddie! Oh, they're just discussing actors. Happy birthday!
Pryor. Some of my favorite movies with Pryor was probably his earlier ones, which is like the one where he's got the kids on the bus.
Okay, I was way off. I
so-
thought June was on another topic.
Yeah, exactly. Right on target.
Yeah.
He said not everyone is searching to do a top blockbuster. Some artists just do art to do it because it's the love. and
Yes,
the
but
passion.
at the end of the day, studios look at though what's the top box office, and I love Richard Pryor. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but he never was on top like Eddie Murphy was, and that's what I.
Which
Yeah, you're
should
right.
we judge actors like? What should we judge actors like studios do? You know, because
No, we
studios
shouldn't.
aren't thinking about
shouldn't,
talent;
but
they're thinking about
we're
money.
we shouldn't. We're talking about the business side of it, though.
Where
Okay,
we're
okay.
And
we don't
I-
need
what I-
studios.
what I am saying is that Will Smith, from what I've heard, felt threatened by a lot of the the Chris Rocks, even Martin Lawrence, and the other people who came in the late mid '90s. He felt that these were rivals, is what I've heard from.
Well, yeah, but that's
Say what, Tupac?
yo. But I mean, and within any industry, bro, there's always gonna be like even in the hip hop industry, there's gonna be
I
somebody
think
that comes
that's with
along that
most-
you're gonna see kind of as a rival because it's like, all right, well, this person's doing the same thing I am, and they're getting accolades and stuff. You know, sometimes with these actors and people in the industries and entertainment, it's more there is a jealousy factor there's a competition factor, there's a hey man, I'm gonna be the one making the money, not you type of shit. So
Yeah, I think it's a thing with like every celebrity or actor, anyone in like a high position or someone lower than them. There's always going to be a rivalry, or
At the
they're
end of
always
the
going to
day,
be fighting.
at the end of the day, it's always a lot of actors and even musicians too. At the end of the day, a lot of them have this the dick measuring contest, and and so and
the white Tupac.
so I mean, that's just it, is that it's one of those things. And
Come Town makes 50,000 a month on Patreon. Last I checked, for the most dumb shit possible. It rules. Fantastic name park. Oh yeah, I don't know what that is, Come Town, but I mean, I've seen so much fucking dumb shit on the internet and on YouTube and all over the fucking place that is like, how is this even relevant? You know what I mean? It's but hey man, if there's an audience for anything, there's a chance that something makes money. You know?
Well, I don't know. I mean, some of the stuff that's out there, like
fucking right on target. See, not anymore though. Right on target. I mean, maybe when before Will Smith, when Jada was in the film like Woo, like WOO Woo, then she was like, oh shit, like damn, she's dope. But
I mean,
and then in what was the one, the Tales from the Crypt shit, the Demon Knight, she was good in that too. Yeah.
She was in Madagascar. She's
I'm
good.
just looking forward to her new role. I heard she's going to be Lex Luthor's wife.
What the fuck, dude?
And John, like I said, since we can't make fun of bald people anymore, congratulations! I heard you're going to play Lex Luthor.
If they want me to do it, bro, fuck it, So I probably can't act worth a shit, but
Yeah.
John, you'd be a great Bane.
I'm too honest, bro. Like I tell the truth too much, bro. I'm too honest. It'd be hard for me to fucking put on a mask and be somebody that I'm not, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
So, I mean, that's the thing is though, like a lot of the stuff though that is even entertainment now, like I look at some of the stuff that like is popular now, and like I'm like,
The
boy,
Lady Cop in The Crow. Who the fuck remembers that, bro? Right on target. Like, there's no way I could.
know what he's talking about in Silence of the Lambs,
I don't know, bro. You got me on that one, man. There's no fucking way I'd ever remember what the lady cop looks like in The Grove, man. Fuck, that's a good one though.
I'll share my screen.
Well,
Oh,
I look
Just
at
a
some of this.
bullshit little
I look at some of
Western.
this stuff that's entertainment now, you know, and not even goes to, that even goes for the, you know, the TikToks and stuff that's popular on YouTube now, and I'm like, boy, this is really stupid. And
what are you playing, Mac?
Is that Red Dead?
Red Dead Revolver. This is actually
Oh, the original Red Dead.
Yeah, this is before Redemption.
Hey, I'm back. My thing died. I had to put it on the
You're
charger.
good.
That,
You good?
Right on Target even knows how many rows the woman had and shit, man. Like, that's great. That's great.
so I don't know. I mean, I just have to wonder if, like, you know, you
See,
need to,
right? Said that's literally how Kara sees your stuff, June. The way you see Hollywood stuff.
Well, I would say Hollywood puts way more. At least they put effort into some of their, you know, like corporate bullshit.
well,
I get that. I get that right on Target. Like, I always like there's
Well,
little
sometimes.
movies that I think about certain people that were in them, and I'm like, damn, like that chick never really did another film or whatever,
I
whatever.
mean,
I
exactly.
mean, at least I can say at least they put effort into Lord of the Rings, even though, you know, that's something
Well, yeah,
June
that's
couldn't
fucking,
do.
that's major money
And,
right
and
there.
you know, I don't like Lord of
that
the
was-
Rings.
Right.
Well, that was 50. That was $90 million for Fellowship of the Ring. I think $100 million for Two Towers.
Man,
and
that
110
much
mil-
just to walk around from place to place. Damn.
It's all the scenery, you know, all the like the location is big and all that car. You know what I mean? It's all the
One does not-
grandeur, the grandiose shit of it and all that. you
One
know?
does not simply
Just to
fly
walk
to Mordor.
around.
One does not simply fly to Mordor.
Yeah, I agree. Right on Target. My favorite type of horror movies to watch are probably like B horror movies. I fucking could watch that shit all day, dude. Like for me, that's kind of where I kind of like lay my head is with those type of
besides,
things.
here's what I'll say: if they did take the Eagles to Mordor, first of all, the Eagles are they are owned by Maui, which is a god in Middle Earth. And
Let me guess. This is all explained in the books and never talked about in the films.
Yes, it is talked about in the films. There's
Oh,
a
it
line
is?
in the movie. Yeah.
They're long and
Yes.
boring. I don't pay attention.
Well, it's just that's the simple answer. One does not simply fly to Mordor.
Dank Digital, what's up?
Hello.
What up, Dank Digital?
Why do
How
I need
you
to watch?
doing?
Why do I need to watch Walking the movie when I can just watch Star Wars and, you know, not waste my time?
I mean, that's one thing I've been.
Yeah, see, June, they said you need to make a new movie, bro. So this discussion that we're having about maybe a future anthology with something is right up your alley right now, man.
Well, once Junebug Films is officially back, I'll announce it. I'll announce it. Heck, you know, I'll try to find a host for it too, because
I ain't gonna lie, man. I can't I think the stories are like way too fucking long in Lord of the Rings. Like my first introduction into any of the Lord of the Rings stuff is when I was a child watching the fucking cartoons on like the Ralph Bakshi type shit that would come on. And then I read one of the books. I read The Hobbit, and then by the time the movies came out, bro, I had lost a lot of interest in any of that stuff. And it was like, I'm like, damn, why the fuck does this movie gotta be so long? Like, you know, like it's unnecessary, like unnecessarily long. Put it that way. You know what I
Here's
mean?
the
So,
only thing I remember from Lord of the Rings. Where there's a wit, there, where there's a thing. I don't really remember.
I like
The
that
only reason I remember
animated
that song
Hobbit
is because
movie.
it's about whips.
But
I mean,
Elden Ring,
Have any
that's
of you
like
seen?
Skyrim and stuff, right? Digital. That's
I
like
I
Skyrim.
Yeah,
like Recall.
Ty. Trenchy wants to revisit Lord of the Rings with you sometime.
Have any of
No,
you
no,
seen
shut
Smiling?
the fuck up, Nate.
Well,
Shut the fuck up.
not that. He wants the extended cut.
what do you mean?
No, shut the fuck up.
Have
I'm
any of
not.
you seen Smiling? Have any of you seen Smiling Friends? Their adventure episode.
Trench, can I ask you a question? you have a this will never happen, but if you had to watch the fucking Curse of Humpty Dumpty 10 times in a row or all the Lord of the Rings things with June again, what would you do?
Well, at least the Lord of the Rings have some quality to them. I mean, I would probably have to pick them over fucking Humpty Dumpty 10 times. Because I do like them, I'm just overdosed.
Oh, hey, Trench. I wasn't gonna tell you, but we are gonna celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Two Towers.
No, we're not. You're doing it alone. I'm not doing that again. It was too much. I fell asleep. I think you fell asleep and blamed the cats. We are not doing that again.
I can pull it up right now. I can go to his channel and I can pull that chip right out. You can hear his ass snoring.
I
But
mean,
but
we did it, man. It exists. It happened. It's over. We did it.
My asses don't snore though.
But my thing is like, why do it again? We already proved we could do it. We already did it. Why do it again?
Yeah.
There's no reason to do it again.
Oh, no. You guys are already past that test. So, you guys just gotta watch all the Star Trek movies in one day.
The Star Trek?
Wait, all of them, Nate? Like from old to
Next
new?
Generation, original, remake.
Richie is already doing something. He is watching the original Star Wars trilogy.
Well then,
Yeah, we
watch
are doing
everything
that at
Star
some
Wars
point.
in one day, Trenchy.
He is. It's just the original trilogy, though.
Wait.
The Holly and
No,
True.
everything. Solo, Kenobi.
No, I'm not setting there. I'm not a ginger beard idiot. I'm not gonna sit there and watch that movie. I love Star Wars. I'm not gonna sit there and watch every single Star Wars film in one go. I am doing the original trilogy, then I'm gonna do the prequels afterwards, and this won't be on the same stream. Two different streams.
Well,
Two different streams.
What about the sequels?
I don't even know if I'm gonna do them. I might. We'll see after the prequels.
So,
Or Trenchy, should I do the prequels, or should I go in order of the films, or should I go from original to pre?
It's up to you. It's your channel thing, you know. It's up to you.
I think I'm going to start with the prequels, just so you can show your love for Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, Jar Jar Binks is awesome.
Darth Jar Jar.
Oh my god, the chat.
No, the Holiday Intruder is not going to be a cinematic universe. The story's done.
Yeah, it'll be weird if they started being like, oh, remember that other child murder crime? We'll make a movie about that and I'll connect them. It'll get a little awkward after a while, you know.
I don't know.
No,
I don't even
the
know.
second one will be the Holiday Intruder. The Toilet Strikes Again.
Oh, Lost Highway. Holy shit.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah. I've seen it.
The Red Shoes.
Red Shoe Diaries.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
I've never seen that either.
Yes, I do not like June, but it's not for anything that's public. Well, some of them things are public. Yeah, some things are public, but not all of it.
Holiday anally intruded.
But yes, me and Trenchy and whoever else wants to be there will watch the original trilogy. Then another stream will watch the well, I think I'll do prequels first. So we'll watch the prequels. Then another stream will watch the original trilogy.
Well, I'll be sure to when I see it, I'll be sure to give it a like and everything.
You know, it would have been like if you could have found one, like a fucking Santa Claus outfit in the Holiday Intruder. That would have maybe it would have put a different spin on it and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would have been like.
I see. Now we're just totally resorting to fat jokes. I greatly appreciate that so much. I mean,
don't you sit here and play your little high road.
Just because I'm fat.
Things you said, Mr. June.
Let's dress the fat man up as Santa Claus and all this stuff.
When did we say fat? We just said Santa Claus.
Because Santa's fat.
Well, you just called yourself fat. I didn't.
There's nothing wrong with being fat.
I just said dress up like Santa Claus. Could be a skinny Santa Claus. Look at Bad Santa.
Dude, you gotta be joking. I think June's joking because one of his favorite movies is Tommy Boy, where they literally are making fun of Chris Farley for being fat. Well, Chris Farley's making fun of himself for being fat.
Yeah, so that I was joking too. Yeah.
The Holiday Intruder. Like, this holiday was around Christmas. You got Christmas, so I mean, yeah, you did kind of have. There was like a little couple lights, and I think there was a tree and shit. But like, you know, it makes it more creepier. Fucking Santa Claus crawling in your basement.
Well, I guess that kind of works because that is one of the theories. Is that
right on target? How do you know he's lost weight? He hasn't shown himself on camera.
Where would a ho?
So that is one of the theories. Is that Santa Claus? A guy said that he was going to give. A guy said that he was going to give.
Well, that's
Jonathan...
just a theory. Let's go with the actual thing here. You pretend to be the brother. You push her down the stairs, and then you got to get the parents to cover it up, and that'll be the real thing.
DNA,
hey, Swedish, how are you?
I don't know how many times I have to say it. DNA proved that nobody in the family did it.
Welcome. Have you gone to a concert lately? Because I feel like you've been putting up video. Is that like recent stuff? Because that's cool, man. I know you've been like busy with like school and work and stuff, so it's cool to see you like the traveling again.
With as far as what right on target is saying, I actually have lost a lot of weight. So
yes, why? Oh, that's good for them. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
You haven't lost that yet, though.
Wait, they did a DNA test on the murder now?
Yes, they did a DNA test, and it was proven that nobody in the family was involved. There was an unknown male, though, that it was not a part of the family.
Things can be planted. People can be paid. There's ways of covering it up. You just won't ever believe the truth.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
You can say whatever you want. I know the truth. That psychopathic brother pushed her down the stairs because he was jealous or something, or maybe he was just crazy, and he killed her. And then his parents were like, oh shit, we don't want our son being labeled as crazy and ruining our reputation, so let's make it look like a crime.
That's how they solve cases now. Science proved that nobody in the family did it.
The case happened now, so wait, time itself is literally
how could
breaking.
they prove that, Jim?
DNA.
If they had all this DNA,
how though? Like,
If they had all this DNA, they would have already found the killer. But guess what? They haven't.
but the thing is that she was
they're not even
murdered
looking at the
she was murdered in their house. Their house is gonna be riddled with their fucking DNA, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's just one of them things. It's not like tangible. It's not. It's something that if they would have looked into it back then while it was happening, maybe that's a good argument. But
under her fingertips,
There's that too, right on target. There's that. Yep.
Under her fingertips, there was DNA that was not a part of any of the family members because she was when she was being choked, she was trying to get the rope out, and the rope that's under her fingertips. There is where they found the DNA, and on the underwear she was wearing, that there was also unknown DNA on there that was from semen. That did not belong to anybody in the family. And if the brother did it,
like I've said, things can be planted.
Yeah, things can be covered up. People can lie in the sake of science, right? We know that now.
Yeah, you know what? All those detectives maybe figured it out, and the family was just like, "Here's a couple thou. You didn't see anything, did you?" And they're like, yeah, I didn't see anything. I'm blind as a bat."
See, here's the thing. Like, this is just me. Like, well, maybe it's not just
I
me,
agree
but
with.
I don't agree with taking a child and putting them on the grand stage of like, look at the modeling actress career and all this. Like, I don't agree with that. Like pimping your child out for the sake of fame and all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't. So with that being said, just that alone fucking attracts psychopathic motherfuckers, dude.
Okay.
Like this that are into, you know what I'm saying? Like really evil fucking little.
Exactly. I think that it was.
I told June that right on target. He didn't want to listen to me, dude. I told him that same thing you just said. He didn't listen to me about it before.
Swedish, can I ask you a question? I was gonna ask. Are you traveling out of a country again, or out of your, out of the regular place you go? Or are you just going to this concert locally?
That guy, yes, John Ramsey was rich, but he wasn't. He was a billionaire, but he wasn't like that well known of a billionaire,
You don't have to be well known to pay off the police.
Yep.
They don't care. They aren't gonna give a shit who you are. If you hand them money, they're gonna do whatever.
True.
Well, again, though, there was also a guy named Lou Schmidt who was not hired by the Ramseys at all. He was hired by the Boulder Police Department, and he believed that the Ramseys were involved at first. And when this guy solved cases, he was 90.
You've already said this, and I had a response. You've already finished this in other streams. And what has my response always been? My response has always been the same thing. I'm pretty sure that guy did figure it out. And then the Ramseys were just like, here's some cash. How about you say some other things? And he was like, sure.
So hold on. If you got a 90% on a test, did you pass the test?
Everyone in the chat, say corruption.
If you know,
but dude, that's dope, Swedish. That's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Answer the question. If you got a 90% on the test, you passed the test, right?
Well, yeah, he might have had this special record or something, but that doesn't mean he didn't get paid off.
This guy was not.
What's this guy's name? This special guy.
Lou Schmidt.
Lou Hammer? Oh. Lou Schmidt.
Oh no.
If you Sherlock Holmes the case, it all points out to an intruder.
Yeah, right on target. Like, you are fucking right on target, man. But see, these are all things that I've kind of like discussed with June about this whole thing about the case and all this other shit. But like June's like, no, can't be that. Like,
Well,
so I gave up.
my thing, June, and I've been thinking about this, and this is a genuine question, so don't try not to get upset or anything. But how can you Sherlock Holmes a case that you weren't even there at when it happened 30 years later, going off of what other people said without actually examining the crime scene or actually being like an investigator in crime? How can you Sherlock Holmes a case that you weren't even around for?
Hey, right on target. I'll just add one thing. I'm former government, I'm former military, and I worked for the biggest hospital in my state. All these things that you're talking about, I've spoken about as well, but you know, people aren't going to it's too much thought process to be put into these things, and people want to just go with the easy answer shit, or they want to complicate things further than what they are with the most obvious.
Can I let
Please. I really want to know, June. I'm not trying to like take the piss out of you. I am curious because I've been thinking about that.
If I answer the question, hear me out. No interruptions. That goes for everybody.
Yes.
So,
what do you mean?
So I've, listened to a lot of people talk about the case who are actually crime solvers and all this stuff. I've also read the books that are written about the case that I could get my hands on, written by the Ramseys and by the police investigators too. I've looked at the crime.
What, June? I'm just gonna interrupt. I don't mean to, but what is it about this specific case that attracted you to it the most? What do you have? Like, what do you have in it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it about this, or why do you put so much into it about this one case?
I guess, it's kind of the case that I want solved, actually solved in my lifetime, because I feel...
Well, it already is. It already is solved. It was the brother pushing her down the stairs, and then the family being like, quickly.
No, it wasn't.
Quickly, do it. They figured it out. The gardener outside. Quickly, gather her semen.
I think Dank wants to say something. That's what he said. I need to interrupt. Excuse me.
Hold on.
You can say something anytime you want in the chat,
Let me. Well, to answer John's question, before I was rudely interrupted, Miss Glass.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Miss Glass.
I like interrupting. It's fun.
It's the case that I kind of want solved in my lifetime, because I feel sorry for that. I feel sorry for the little girl. She had so much, despite, even if her family did not put her in those pageants, she was 6 years old. She had so much to live for.
Right.
And I feel...
And that's just about any person.
Yeah, any child that horrific, horrendous shit happens to, bro.
It's the case that it's just the case I want solved in my lifetime, and actually proven to be solved, not based on theories. And so I guess I just feel an emotional sorriness for her.
I get what you're saying, June, and that's very noble. But at the same time, I don't think you can solve a case that, like, not even, like, because, again, you said it's never been solved. Like, the thing is like, you weren't there for it. You're not a detective. I don't think, like, you would think that detective, you think this Lou Schmidt guy, why didn't he, like, solve it? Like, you think,
because,
like...
Exactly right on target.
He's going to tell you why. Hold on.
Exactly. No, right on target makes the best point, the last point that right on target makes. And that's the shit I don't agree with any child. Any. See, here's the thing, June. Like, any high profile case like that where the family got money, okay? The long story short of that is there's always some shit underneath the fucking scenes that you don't know about. That is some malicious, really fucked up shit. Every fucking high profile case like this that is blasted all over the fucking TV, all over the internet. You always gotta ask why. Why this little girl? Okay, yeah, she was a beauty queen. Yeah, she was on TV, but why? Because the family has money and they have sway. Okay, because if it was your child, Junebug's child, they wouldn't give a fuck. It would not be all over the fucking TV. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like there's always some fucking underhanded shit going on anytime it's a high profile thing like this. That's just common sense. Dude.
And they didn't care about her. They put her in all those pageants. They didn't care. They were just using her for like fame and shit.
That's another good point too. Very high chance that she was already. That was another thing they brought up in the case too, June. Being molested a ton, groomed for illicit purposes, which happens all the time. You see it in Disney. You see it in Trench knows this. You see it in fucking all these different
Nickelodeon.
You see it in a lot of places, but her doctor said that there is no signs of any of that.
But again, who's the fucking? Was it a family doctor?
It was the doctor who saw her before kindergarten.
Okay, so could be another buy-off.
Yep.
Thank you, Dank Digital. That's finally someone just came out and said it.
Like, June, I appreciate it, but in the end of the day, it's like only person that's gonna solve it is a real detective. And I don't say appreciate it. I mean, I get where you're coming from, and I get like your concern and stuff, but like I don't think you can claim you solved the case. I think you should leave that for a detective, you know. And like, anyways, no one's gonna like a real detective's not gonna take you seriously, to be honest, you know.
No, I would never show my stuff to a real detective because I'm not
I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anything, but I'm just being honest.
What I'm saying is that yes, I mean I'm not gonna ever show my stuff to a real detective but
what, the Hollandaise intruder?
No.
I mean, like, we didn't show him what though.
Oh my.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. He doesn't want to see what really happened in the case because it doesn't fit the narrative he wants. He wants this evil, scary, big, bad person so that the Ramseys look good. But the reality is she was probably getting before murdered.
What if
before she was murdered?
Okay, so
and then her brother killed her, and they just found all that other evidence because she was already being messed with. And of course, the doctor's going to say, "Oh, nothing happened," because the Ramseys are like, "Here's some cash," and he's like, "Thank you, I'll take this," and say whatever you want. The police, same thing.
So if.
Like I said, everyone in the chat say the word corruption. The word of the day is corruption.
Let's say hypothetically tomorrow, if they said that yes, this random guy came in and actually murdered the people, you guys would still not believe it?
Well, not likely, because one, they'd have to show a lot of evidence that would disprove that the brother did it, and most likely it would be a payoff by the Ramseys to be like, "There's the person. You can't blame us anymore."
John Ramsey is not a rich guy anymore.
What does it matter anymore?
Maddie and Quinn, who is Q?
Q, dude. Q is a whole nother. It's a group. But Q has been proven to be fugazi, bro, because Q is directly correlated with a supercomputer or program that was doing a lot of shit online to get people like, you know, to be
the fucking I know these people. These are the people that were like drinking baby blood and something about
well there let me tell you something. As former military, as former government, I can honestly tell you that they're like I tell you guys all the fucking time. within every truth, the lie is contained. So
Yeah.
anything that is fronts as an absolute truth also contains the lie. So there are lies, there are shit that are lies about these things, but there are a lot of truths as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that the Ramseys most likely paid off a bunch of people to get away with it. That's all I'm saying.
It is also correlated with AI as well, right on target. There I know we're live, right? So I'm not going any further because I have information on many things, and I'm not fucking Junebug here with fucking fantastical theories and shit, dude. I'm former government. I'm former fucking military. I can tell you certain things, but I'm not gonna say it live. So that's where we're going with that. So I can't speak on it anymore because I'm not fucking myself up. So I got too much to lose. But I will say that sometimes like the things that we are told, as far as like these horrific things that are done to children specifically, it's even more horrific than what we're being told. That's what I'll say.
I'm just saying it about the case. The case had corruption, obviously, because like it is very obviously that the brother, probably pushed her down the stairs or something and already,
It's very hard to kind of like just accept that it was a rando person. Like, yeah, you could say it was a fucking like a stalker was watching her as a little child on stage and being but it's too convenient that way.
Yeah. So that's it for me. Is like from what I've heard and like seen about the case and like it's just it doesn't add up that it was just. And why would the intruder sit there and write the message several times, like the ransom note? And why even write a ransom note if you're just going to murder her inside the house?
Okay.
Do you know that there are people specialized within government that can pick apart like writing? There are specialized people that can take a fucking, they probably work for the FBI, CIA. They can take a note like that and they can pretty much they can identify certain people based off like a written note, bro.
Yeah, don't they compare like old writing to new writing? As they compare the handwriting.
They did something like that, and it was like I think they said it was like the mother's handwriting.
It was proven that the mother. They said that the mother.
I have a question. This is kind of off topic, but talking about this kind of reminded me of it. What's your thoughts on the Zodiac killing? What do you think happened?
Yeah, what she says. Yep, the parents covered it up.
I like the theories going on in the chat. There's a lot of
to be deadpan honest, like regardless of who you think did it, whatever, there was definitely cover up going on by the parents. That is like, there's no question about that. There was some form of cover up going on with the fucking parents, man.
Well,
I do think there's a lot of interesting convo in the chat about it. I'm liking all the different theories and that people have different opinions. I think it's interesting.
The Zodiac, I haven't looked much into it, just because there's. I mean, it interests me, but like a lot of like when you say it was Arthur Lee Allen or something like that, it's like no, that doesn't work because the Zodiac killer was short. He was like John's height.
Didn't they already tie?
You know how tall I am, huh, June? Okay,
5'7".
So, and
so, but Arthur Lee Allen was like 6'.
And they already saw who the Zodiac
5'7", but I've whipped ass of people twice my fucking size, dude.
Yes, but Arthur Lee Allen was like 6'2", maybe 6'3", something like that.
I believe that. Right. Like I think there's definitely more than one person involved with that shit. Definitely, there's no question.
I kind of do think it was multiple killers. And I think there's copycats. I also.
Why do you think they haven't been able to solve like
But the thing is
the
the two
riddles and stuff?
witnesses that lived though, June, said that he was over 6 foot tall. That's what I'm like. The two victims that actually survived the attacks,
Yeah,
stated that he was over 6
but
foot.
but we're talking.
And those
about
were the only two people that survived.
Son of Sam with a motherfucking power slam.
But the actual famous picture of the Zodiac Killer, you look at the little drawing by the police.
Okay, a drawing.
It doesn't look like Arthur Lee Allen at all. Sketched by the people who survived him. You know, who when the police dictated.
But they're the one that picked him out. They're the one that they lined a group of pictures, and they said he was the one. Both of them. They pointed at Arthur Lee Allen and said he was the one.
Yeah, I mean, that.
What about the riddles and stuff that he left behind? Like, why do you think those haven't been solved yet?
The Riddler.
Because they couldn't.
Part's hard.
Because they couldn't. Because that specific type of code that the Zodiac Killer wrote, you have to know. From what I understand, it's not just a simple. Oh, you have to look at this. You actually have to look at it and sit there and know the key to solving it. You know, so.
Well, I don't think he put his name in one of the notes. I think that was a lie, just so people would, you know. Because I don't think the Zodiac was that stupid.
Wait, Mac, are you trying to rob a train right now?
No, I'm actually trying to keep it from getting robbed. But I keep fucking this part up, dude. I can't see that well. Damn it.
So,
but go ahead, Nate. What were you gonna say? My bad, I cut you off.
No, you're good. I was just thinking because watching that movie Zodiac really got me thinking that there's so many parts where you think it's one person, then you're like, oh no, it's that person. Like, do you guys think that there was just not one person involved, that maybe it was multiple people?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was. I think the first people very well could have been Arthur Lee Allen or something, but then the other people I think were just copycats, because there was a certain time when the Zodiac had a change of style, and I think that those were different people. There's also the theory that, which I don't buy this one at all. There's the one.
But you want to hear my honest opinion with the Zodiac case? Honestly,
sure.
What's the point of solving it anymore? The Zodiac is like most likely dead.
That is true.
Well, he killed a lot of people.
Well, he's dead. What are we gonna do? Dig up a grave and be like, "There's the corpse. Take it to prison."
I mean, it would be interesting to know who did it, just because, just finally putting end to the mystery. But I get what you're saying. It's not like they could do anything to him.
I was just gonna mention Richard Ramirez too, man.
Ramirez.
It will be solved eventually because they solved who Jack the Ripper was. So, they will solve it.
Did they though? Did they?
No,
they did.
They did. Not yet. I don't think yet. Or it's one of these things where they did, and they're just being like, "Oh yeah, it's not really solved yet." It's one of, but think about it.
Wait! Didn't they solve it by DNA?
You with the fucking DNA, bro? Bro, listen to me. Have you ever been swabbed for DNA? Have you ever given your DNA for anything?
Yes.
What? Hopefully not to create other motherfuckers like you. But listen, they took my fucking DNA when I was in the military, bro. They took it from me. Okay? It's something I had to do. So I know about that shit. DNA can be corrupted, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Well, they did solve who it was.
That's fair, Maddie.
But wasn't that so long ago anyways? Like, there'd be, if there is DNA, wouldn't it be like, I don't know, Like, wouldn't it not work or so? I don't know. I don't know how DNA works.
I don't remember how they
It's-
solved it exactly, but like I do know they did solve it. Like we know who it is. Like you can Google it.
at the end of the day though, it's a theory. I looked up who you said it was when you told me this, and there's DNA has a certain it has an expiration date like everything. And
Yeah. So that was like
usually-
what, way back in the day. So like that would be expired by now.
So hear me out with DNA. From what I understand, I'm not a scientist by any means, but I know a little bit about it.
Well, wait a minute, Ty. Wait a minute. What about hair strain?
I mean, at the end of the day, DNA, it all depends on storage.
Okay, but so what DNA did they acquire from fucking Jack the Ripper cases and shit like that, dude?
It was his cum stain on some sort of rag or something like that.
Hang on, I'm looking it up rather than going off Gingerbeard.
Yeah, but he murdered prostitutes. Prostitutes are going to be covered in cum.
Weren't they saying it was a woman at one point? They said Jack the Ripper was a woman. That was like at one point though. I think
there's
No, that was
theories
Batman.
it was a doctor, that it was somebody, it was a barber, that it was somebody that was good
Well,
with the fucking blade, basically, that could
I
you know,
think-
carve
I
them
think
up.
Nate, I know what you're referencing, but they said it in real life too. I know what you're referencing though.
I don't think cum DNA would be around since what, the late 1800s. No.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that's what they said. That's what when she told me this. This is what I looked it up because I'm like, no, it and I'm like, there's no reason. Cum doesn't last that long at all. And I don't even think that.
But
that
you were
month-
saying they solved it though, didn't
I
you?
mean, just go look at your fucking hard socks under your bed, June. You'll know that pretty quickly it dries up and shit, you know. So
exactly.
Oh no!
Those crusty socks.
Oh no!
I mean,
No.
Thank
Oh God.
no.
I killed every NPC in
Oh,
White.
Jesus.
No, I get it.
And heck, with the Black Dahlia murder, I do believe that it was the doctor who they think because it was this
Well,
doctor.
We're on the Black Dahlia now?
Yeah, why not? Let's cover all the unsolved cases, right?
Okay, fuck it.
With the Black Dahlia, I can't think of his name. It's like George Stopel or something like that. It's something like that. I don't know his real name, but this guy was a sicko human being.
The doctor did
it. He was the doctor to the star. He was the doctor to a lot of the stars who were more corrupt than a lot of them. I know he got in trouble because he got in trouble for a lot of different things.
What is this fucking mattress? Oh. Okay.
The only reason the mattress is there is that my little sister decided to move back in, and she was actually moving in at the time I was filming it.
Of what?
Dank is playing Clue now. It was the butler
the kidnapping on Christmas
in the smoking room with the lamp. Fucking.
Are you talking about Holiday Intruder?
The kidnapping on Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And so.
Oh, you did it, Mac.
This doctor, was known for having a very, very well known in Hollywood and all this stuff. And I think that he did murder the Black Dahlia. I do know even Clark Gable went to a party at this guy's house because this guy would throw lavish parties and all this stuff. And Clark Gable left the party because he got a very uncomfortable feeling at this guy's house. Is from what I've read.
What, the doctor's house?
Yes. This guy was into the occult, like deep into the occult. He also
Well, that's most of Hollywood, bro. When we're talking old Hollywood as well. Old Hollywood, new Hollywood has always been into the occult. They are fucking entrenched. They are steeped in the occult. All Hollywood, bro. Yep. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, no. Hollywood has always been into the occult, but not, at least from what I understand and from what I have read, some of the stars were not, some stars were. And this doctor, though, was known because he I don't
Right.
even really want to say it because he did, let's just say he did get in trouble because he did very disturbing stuff to his daughter.
Okay.
And he was caught and actually arrested for it.
And then what happened? Did they let him go, or did he buy himself out? What?
He served 5 years in prison, I believe. And then the theory goes that he met Elizabeth Short and all that stuff and murdered her. And the guy
true, right on target. The world is darker than June can comprehend. Although in some ways, June makes the world darker.
The world is a dark place. But it's sometimes you have to look, find that little thing of light to make the world less darker.
Are you trying to be a philosopher right now? Or?
Hey, Trenchy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, sorry for hopping in and out of the stream. My thing keeps disconnecting.
No, you're good. You do. We all do that. You good. I did it earlier. You good? You good. No worries.
The guy holding the camera in that exterior scene in Holiday Intruder. That's what Dank said.
I just didn't know if it was getting annoying. I just didn't mean for it to.
Oh no, you good. Everybody's good. No worries.
It's just a minion. That's it. Besides, he deserves to. That guy doesn't deserve anything besides being a minion.
What? Wait, are you saying you have a minion?
Oh, I did for the Holiday Intruder. That was my little sister's boyfriend, and he's a dumbass.
Oh.
It must be a town thing.
No, he's not. No, I don't like him because he's not a man.
Huh?
What?
What did he do?
I didn't even say that. I said it must be a town thing.
I don't.
Referring to you both being idiots.
I don't like the guy, my sister's boyfriend. So, because he's not a man. He's not a man.
What? June. I don't know.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I don't.
What I mean?
What do you mean, Ty? You need to explain. What do you mean?
Because, listen.
What qualifies? What would you consider
If you have to ask the question, then you're not a real man.
Don't.
But you can't. If you can't explain to us, then you must not be one either, right?
Well, I can explain it.
All right, well, explain it. That's what I'm saying.
A man does
in your words.
A man does what he has to do to protect the ones that he loves, including friends and family, and make those sacrifices for the people who he loves.
You don't know how to be a real man.
So you're just saying to be a
Nobody
provider.
makes a good point here too.
But you can't fucking sit here and be like, "Ooh, a real man." You can't fucking say that. Half the time, you tuck your tail between your legs and run away from confrontation. And I don't even like that term, "real man." What the fuck does it even mean?
People are people. In the end of the day, and it's like,
Is this so?
you know,
Is this so hard? All I want for my little sister, okay, is to a man that I know is going to protect her, and with this guy, if a burglar came into the house, I don't feel that this guy is going to shoot for that.
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from with it, but how do you know that he won't? How do you have you seen him under pressure? Because you can only tell it once the game is afoot. Once the thing happens, then people, you can't tell till it happens. You could have a really shy person, but if shit goes down, shit will go down. They'll get. They'll get dirty.
Hey, maybe he will, but I don't feel that personally with this guy.
June, you wouldn't do it. You know what you'd do if an intruder came in? You'd be running across the street.
No, I would probably shoot him.
Then they would shoot you.
Fucking
And then shoot your sister.
No, I would. No, I would. No, some guy.
You would die. That's what you would do, Ty. You would die. You would either die or run.
I would fight.
You wouldn't fight for long. They'd just shoot you.
Do you even train, bro?
No, he don't.
When's the last time you've been to a gun range and stuff and handled target practice, for real, target practice?
At all. He don't train. I don't think he even knows how to use a gun.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not hard. I mean, but yeah.
Ty, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. An intruder would come in. You would either do two things. You'd run in fear, or you'd try to be this brave macho man and get your brains blown out.
At least if I did die like that, though, at least I did not die a coward. Okay.
And then they would get a call.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean,
and then they would get the robbers would get a call, and they'd be like, "Mission succeeded," and then I'll be like, "Good job, you completed your mission."
You want to know who a real man is? You want to know who a real man is?
The one that can take the hot pocket and burn his upper roof of the mouth, or what?
Well, I was gonna say, John. I was gonna say you're a real man. Trench is a real man.
I'm just me, bro. I don't like.
Yeah, it's like this whole real man stuff, though. It's
I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
All this other shit, bro. Like
the thing is the thing is I get it's a compliment. I appreciate it, but I don't know. A lot of the stuff that's associated with that, I don't necessarily agree with. Some of it. No.
I would say it's the term of arrogant assholes.
Like, I don't disagree with all of it. I think there's good qualities that are shown in that, but also there are some other qualities that I think it has been twisted. I think that term has been twisted in a way, if you know what I mean, June.
Yes. Here's the thing.
June, I'm pretty sure your sister could defend herself better than you protecting her. I'm betting that right now. I'm betting she would be smart. While you're getting your brains blown out, she'd be hitting them with something.
Mac, is that a clown?
Yeah, no, there's a bunch of clowns on this mission.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's a bunch of clowns. You run into a deranged circus. They're actually midgets too. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing!
Trenchy's so happy. Trenchy, did this make your day?
Yes. This is fantastic.
I thought midgets was offensive.
Well, the dwarfs, little people.
Little people.
It's all.
Damn it, Trenchy.
It's all within the breathing and the trigger.
Wait, what?
Just like Eskimos is offensive.
Wait, my bad. My bad, Mac. I'm sorry.
You're throwing that M word around like that, man. Oh shit!
My bad. I didn't mean to. My bad.
No, I'm the one that said it. No, you're good.
Oh, oops. But I don't know. I usually call them dwarves. I don't mean to be offensive by that, but there's I don't know. I feel weird saying little people, to be honest. It sounds meaner. I know dwarves kind of sounds mean, but
Why you being so offensive?
What do you mean?
I have a lot of respect for the little people, though. I don't know. That sounds weird, but
He
it
does.
is weird.
If
What do
any
you mean?
like the people are watching, Trenchy very much does respect you, and he
I
loves seeing
appreciate
you.
like little people are sitting there, and if you're a little person, every role you get into a movie is going to revolve around you being little, and they still do that, and they still get rid of they still like the joke for our entertainment or play a creature, and that's respectable because in the end of the day they're just people like us, and it shouldn't be that way. But I feel like a lot of them embrace that, like Brad Williams. They see it as a strength more than a weakness. And I do respect that. And I do respect that it is hard for them. It is hard for them to be like, because they're not, they're probably, most of them are probably not even taken seriously, I mean, it's gotten better now, but,
State laws will also dictate what happens afterwards, right on target. Depending on the circumstances of how the person was killed, where they were killed, in the house, outside the house. Yeah, there's a bunch of different red tape with all that.
Yes, and they shouldn't. But government
June-
has to get involved.
June wouldn't be able to kill the intruder. Like he might. I'm not saying he wouldn't try. I'm just saying he'd fail every time.
June, if you ever come into a circumstance where you have to kill an intruder, whether it's a holiday or not, you should film it afterwards. You should. Fucking.
You actually get to play as that guy with the 2 pistols.
Here's the evidence. You don't gotta take my DNA. You don't gotta fucking.
You get to play as a bunch of
or
different
anything.
characters.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna take this to the back. But I appreciate everybody for coming. We have one more spot. If anybody likes to join, I will just let you take my spot, and I'll still be there, but I'll just let you have the spot. But if anybody wants to continue the conversation, you can join us in the back. Of course, only one more person can join, but you could do that. Appreciate everybody for coming. Stay frosty. This is Trenchy signing off. Beep, bop, boop.